And the following. We go in there. We disable all the cameras. We wear balaclava,
Yeah,
hide our faces.
exactly.
We buy, we get two Summersbees, some chicken,
Yeah,
and some cheese.
yeah.
We give them the money.
We give them the money.
Nobody knows we were
Nobody
there.
knows we're there.
I call it Oceans 2. That's how you have to get by in this economy where everyone expects you to boycott.
I know, like boycotting is gonna do something. It was so funny today. Me and my dad.
I saw a guy named Caught,
Mhm.
but he wasn't a boy. He was a man.
It was a man.
So I was like, man, Caught. Anyways.
Me and my dad were like, "Oh, let's get some food for grandma," and we went. And every store today is like filled to the brim. Like there's like, what are you doing?
Let's start the podcast and then let's talk about the boycott
Okay.
and how our people aren't ready for the boycott.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the boycott and how there never was a boycott. Okay.
So you know how they say that thing.
What thing do they say?
Well, when you step on a crack, you break your mom's back.
You break your mother's back, your mother back gets broken.
Sure do.
Gets broken.
It sure do.
That's why I skip on the cracks so my mom's back doesn't get broken. Ain't broken.
Sing it, sister.
That's like him. I love Kiki Palmer.
I love Kiki Palmer. She's my favorite, I think.
She needs to be in a musical right now.
I know. Every time I see her, I smile, no matter what she's doing. I'm like, oh, it's Kiki.
And
Kiki.
I don't smile when she goes, you were lying. You were shit. And I don't want you. Because that's a serious actress.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
So we have a boycott here in Buttfuck Nowhere, Nevada.
Yeah.
It was yesterday, but like it's going on for a few days where it's like you're expected to buy products that aren't that, like.
My thing is, why don't we all just pick like a store that's the cheapest, like the most affordable store, and just everyone shops there? And
No,
it's gonna be like
the thing is the prices of the food, right? People are now saying like you shouldn't buy Argetta, you should buy like Tekin, shit like that. Where it's like you shouldn't buy the most expensive one. But then that's the thing, like people saw like Tritzit on the 31st of January, that's the boycott, and they were like, might as well just stay in my home.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'm gonna fucking
buy everything.
Yeah, go to fucking Sensei. And,
exactly. It doesn't.
In Boston, people are going like normal living cost, right? In Croatia, it's everything. Like people are like, don't go shopping for clothes or anything, and that's because if you're buying for entertainment, that's already like a it's already a privilege to buy it.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, the price of the PS5 is too much.
I can't.
I'm boycotting.
They expect us to live.
I'm boycotting the PS5.
I know. No, but it's like I don't know. I don't think it's gonna do much because most people they'll just do it the next day. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Have a plan to be like, hey, let's all do this one thing and like let that die.
There's genuinely people who boycott Nestle and then buy like Nestea.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Can you turn around and read the label? I'm boycotting Nestle. They did like they killed a lot of children and like killed a lot of animals with their Purina products. I love Kit Kat.
I love Kit Kat.
I love Kit. Oh my god.
Take a break. Oh my god, yes.
I hate M&Ms, but I love Smarties.
Smarties.
Specifically Smarties. I love Smarties. Oh my god, Nesquik. Love Nesquik. Quickly. It nests quickly. I wonder what the nest means. There's so like I semi-boycott Nestle. Like sometimes I do want the Sydney Minis.
Yeah.
And that's a sacrifice I do every once a year,
Yeah.
It's really with Purina, I'm like, don't touch that.
Yeah, don't touch that.
Because that killed dogs. Like it
will literally kill it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And maybe they change now and therefore
don't care. You did what you did.
Dogs, I can't,
Yeah, you did what you did.
You did what you did. I'm eating cereal and it's not Nestle. It's Crush.
Yes.
It's the best.
It is the best.
So everything's filled to the brim today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that video of the service workers yesterday?
No,
oh my god, they're like play chocolate.
I love
in their stores. It's so fun.
Go away, dog.
No, my thing is we're very domino people. The second we see one person go like, that won't help anything, we
Yeah.
go like,
Yeah, whatever.
if he's not doing,
Like,
then neither am I.
if that one person doesn't do it, well, it all went to shit anyway.
It's very like, I'm gonna go on a diet. Oh no, I ate a chocolate. Might as well get fat. You
Yeah,
know?
might as well eat a pizza and a burger and a lasagna. I don't know.
I didn't go to the gym this week, so I might as well stop going to the gym.
Here's my. I don't think none of that's gonna work. I don't think any of the protests, anything is gonna work. You gotta get violent. I think French had it right. You have to just kill
Who's
people.
French?
French Revolution.
Who is French Revolution?
Who is French Revolution?
That's their full legal name.
Yeah,
French Revolution. There was a person named French Revolution.
They were great.
Um,
Love that guy.
The thing is, even the French Revolution was like, it's gonna be chaos for a while.
Yeah.
And some people are dumb enough to expect that like we could just kill these people and then have a nice life. No, we gotta have
we gotta have to like. But it's other than that, like not doing it, it's not gonna change anything. So either accept life for what it is, or genuinely like kill someone.
No, you can't be like. You can't be at home posting a thing,
a meme, and be like, yes.
You gotta be like our brothers and sisters, the Serbs, walking out of those damn streets, and protesting and actively like, being like, I'm here,
and they're with it,
I'm
and they're
queer,
not above
get
being like, because if somebody's like in their face, they're gonna be like, okay, come, do it, what, and what, yeah. There
was that girl. I love that video. It was like Serbians in Germany did like a protest, like as a sign of like, we see you, we hear you. And then a grandma on her bike has them, and it's a minute of silence for like the people who died, and that's why it started. And she's like, "Long live Vucic!" And then everyone's just like, "This bitch." And then somebody's recording, and you just hear out of the camera. She fell off the bike, and everyone cheered.
Everyone was like, "Woo, yeah!" She's 80, by the way. It's so funny. She's just old lady fell off her bike, and everyone's like, "Fuck yeah!" But yeah, she's a cunt.
How's this week?
Let's see.
Should I eat closer to the mic?
How was this week? I skipped work Monday because I really just didn't feel like it, honestly.
Yeah. No, you were sick.
Yeah. And
did you cut your hair before or after the podcast last week?
After, before, because we talked.
We mentioned it. Okay.
Yeah. It was fun. I like my new hair.
Really good. Yeah. I like it even without the like styling of a professional.
Although I know that the day I don't like blow dry it right away, it's gonna be like curls from here, and it's gonna look kind of like Sophia-esque. But hey,
I like one day you were like, I think very quickly blow dry or something, and it was like did a little bit of a bob. And I was like with Amra, and I was like, you look like, I'm not gonna say it. And I was like, he always does this. He always goes like, oh my god, you look like the Grinch. Work. Like he doesn't realize that it's, and then you're like, who? And I was like, Misery.
Kathy Bates, like, okay. She's a talented actress.
I love Kathy Bates.
I love Kathy Bates.
Sometimes my hair looks like crumbs. So. Why are you doing the previous president?
That's Joe Biden sound like. It's very like.
And I'll make myself as clear as possible. Somebody did like that he was on the inauguration of Trump, and he was like, "Oh, where's the mic? Where's the mic? Where's the mic? We're facing dark times." I love for like, I was joking the whole time.
Yeah.
At this point, that's what I expect of American politics. I expect them now to make a Chicago-esque musical. Actually, no, probably in like 50 years. They're probably going to make like a Chicago-esque musical, like called The White House.
I know.
And it's going to be how, like how in Chicago, like the
Orange
prison
is the new white.
system was just being like, look at
Yeah.
their stars. I was gonna be that about like Trump.
Yeah.
It's funny because Trump is that president now of like
Yeah, you will go down in history like
no, but
as an
also like
evil.
it's funny how he's the like, oh, this is just a farce. This is just
Yeah.
like it's horrendous, but it's just entertainment and just rallying up. Meanwhile, they had an actor for a president. Who
Who?
there's a guy who's like a celebrity, but then became a president.
I don't. I know
Reagan, is it
Arnold
Reagan?
Schwarzenegger was like
He was a senator, I think.
senator. Yeah. So I was like, hey,
Gott
anything's possible.
Himmel, Opitch Murat Comedian. He was in the he was the president of the United States in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
No, wasn't Reagan like a star?
I have no idea, honestly.
I think Reagan was a movie star
Yeah.
because that's the thing of like, well, look at Reagan, he's a
Yeah.
movie star. But then he was never like, I'm Reagan, I'm a movie star.
So, yeah.
Well, Trump is a movie star too.
Yeah.
Home Alone too.
Apprentice or whatever it was.
No,
Yeah.
that's somebody who looks like Trump.
No, it's based around Trump. It's based on he had the show Apprentice.
Oh,
Yeah, like way back when, and he was like, there's that clip of him going like, because everyone's being like, yeah, Trump hates like gay, and it was like, do you not understand that everything he puts on is a show? And then they pull up this clip, and it's a guy like talking to him, and it's like way back when, where it was like, kind of
before
like,
he was Trump.
yeah, and it was a guy being like, so he's asking him, he's like, are you gay? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, I go to a restaurant and I order something, and that's what's so great about restaurants is they have something for everybody. Being like, good for you, but I'm gonna make it so that everyone knows that it's not me. I don't like what you like.
Are you gay? Yes, I am. Grab him right by the dick.
Exactly. Oh, I know, but he's awful.
No, let's not get it sick and twisted.
Yeah,
He's awful.
horrendous. Yes. Yes. Rest of my week, pretty much nothing. I'm contemplating and asking to be a
Oh
team
yeah, to
lead.
be a team lead.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Like Sinan is leaving soon, so maybe when Almir comes into office, I'll be like, hey.
But maybe Sina knows more what you're doing.
Yeah, but I think Sinan is like, I think Almir knows less about what I do than Sinan does, so he will be more keen on being like, okay, you take over because I don't know.
But I was thinking like he's like, you're here the longest. You're
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'll see when because we have to get 2 more people. We'll start working in safety. So I'm like, somebody has to be the guy.
You're gonna be the guy.
I'll be the guy.
I got threatened to get switched to another project. So,
Yeah.
It's a thing of like can't be drunk when I'm sober.
Mhm.
Can't be drunk when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And I can't be drunk when I'm drunk. So you can't be
Yeah,
team lead if I'm employed. No, it's a bunch of like, it's not just a bunch of bullshit. There's things that I'm doing wrong. The thing is, I'm programmed to be like, fast.
Yeah.
We need more. We need more. We need more. Now I take a call and I'm like, how's your day?
Yeah. How y'all doing?
The other day, I got switched to the English channel again. I'm hiccuping. And a guy was telling me the serial number, and he was like, F for Freddy and for Norman. And then I was typing, and the thing about me is I'm never like, oh my god, hi! I'm typing, and I'm like, did you make a conscious effort, or you just realize that you just named horror villains? And he was like, what? And I was like, Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street, Norman Bates. And he's like, I love those movies. I never realized that. And I'm like, well, I genuinely thought you were making a reference. And he was like, that's cool. I'll keep in mind. He's like, how did you remember Norman Bates? Like, Psycho is such an old movie. And I'm like,
I loved Psycho.
I've never seen it.
It's fun.
Actually, I've never seen it.
Yeah, not all.
It's shitty though on a streaming service now. There's that iconic finishing scene of him staring.
Yeah.
And then they go like, what you should watch next?
Shut
it's fully
up.
like, because it goes into a skull or something, right? And then it's like,
hey, look at
you would
this.
also like, and oh my god, I wish it's something very like
Doctor House.
No, 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 like a horror movie, but a really shitty one. Yeah, you would love The Blob. You know, so like, hey, watch The Thing. It's like,
Yeah.
are you
Where's the blob?
guys remember The Blob?
What
What
is
if
the
The Blob?
blob?
Other than that, this week was the longest damn week it's ever been. January wasn't that long for me until this fucking last week.
No, January is. I've lived 4 lives. I think I have a grandchild somewhere out there. I don't know.
No, I was okay. The first week of
Mm.
January, I was okay. Second week of January, I was okay. The third week of January, I was okay. This last motherfucking week,
Motherfucker. Ooh,
I
this motherfucker.
I woke up on Monday thinking it's next Monday. First mistake.
Just sadness, despair.
Yeah,
Oh,
because my paycheck's gonna be big because I won some things.
we're getting a tattoo, both of us.
Oh yeah, next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're getting Fleetwood Mac and I'm
yeah.
getting Gene.
Jean,
Gene.
Jean.
Hi, Gene. I love it. Drinks and Katya were doing hygiene, and then yeah, it was so good. Hygiene.
Hi, Jean. Hi,
Hygiene.
Jean.
And you know that it's a woman named
I know. I don't know. It's Jean.
Eugenia.
It was so funny though. He was being like, he's setting up an appointment, and then the tattoo artist is like, "Oh, bring Selma. Like we can just hang." And I was like, "Well, if I'm going, I'm gonna get one too."
That's what I'm texting her. She's like, I'm like, oh, and we didn't hang out for a while, and she was like, yeah, and bring Selma, we'll all kiki. And I was like, I'll tell you if something like if plans change. A minute passes. I'm like, I'm informing you that plans are changing.
Oh, but I work
Like a
next.
dog.
Work next Saturday, but I'll be done by 6, so we can just go there.
Yeah,
Like,
and she likes us when we come late,
yeah.
and she's always telling me like, why do you come early?
Yeah. No, I like having her because it's not awkward. I hated going to what's his name? Yeah, because it's like you go there and I'm like you're either high, which I know I'm not worried that you're gonna fuck up something. I know you're good at like tattoos, but I'm like I just don't like being around you. You're a creep.
Yeah, he was tattooing me, talking about his favorite Hannibal movie,
Mm.
and it wasn't Silence of the Lambs, so I was like, I like the third one. It's an origin story. He eats his sister, and I was like,
Okay.
no, my thing is he can't do cartoonish,
Yeah.
but he doesn't. It's weird because with some styles he says like I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like whatever you come, he's like I don't. I can do it, but it's gonna be shitty. He's a person who can't,
Yeah.
right? But then with cartoons, he's like sure,
Yeah.
but it's like it doesn't look cartoonish enough.
Yeah.
Mine is good with cartoons. A lot of Gen Zers come to her. So
Yeah.
it's like I
Also,
want Naruto. I want that sign from Berserk. And she has like I imagine like printed in different sizes.
yeah,
She
like
takes
this
it out.
one. You like
Just
this
just
one.
opens a drawer. Lion with a clock in its mouth. Bosnian Lilian. Oh,
I
here we go.
despise
Weeb
it.
shit. What did you say? Naruto? Is he the orange one or the black one? Oh, the black one's Sasuke. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Let me just. Do you want more attacky or funny? Okay, that's in the other drawer. Are you sure you don't want Sasuke?
I have a lot of that. My favorite was, can you run out of giving tattoos? It was a joke from something. It was like, I ran out and was like, can you run out? I don't know, but it was so funny.
I love it's the one funny joke in Friends where Phoebe goes to get a tattoo
Yeah,
and she gets like a dot and
yeah,
it hurts too much.
yeah.
And she's like, "This is
It's
me
me.
from outer
It's me.
space."
No, that's my mom from outer space looking down at me. It's so funny.
And
I love Phoebe.
Phoebe is the like
Only like character that.
Phoebe is like I understand the hype around Friends because of Phoebe.
Yeah.
I love Lisa Kudrow going like, and people would laugh too hard, and I'm like, it's not that funny.
Okay. Hmm. Girl, I don't know.
It's weird to think of her as an adult.
I know.
And like I watched Romeo and Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're not going to your high school reunion. You're going to high school.
Yeah.
They're in talks about making a sequel, and I'm like,
Oh,
why?
good.
But it's a dumb enough movie
Yeah, to be
to
like,
not need a sequel. Love Romeo and Michelle. I love the way that other one talks. She's just a homely like, what are we going to do? I got to rewatch that movie to learn that accent again.
yeah. No, it's so stupid, but it's the best.
It's not right, but it's okay. That's a slave him. Oh my god, when she's up there and she's like, oh, that's a slave
Slave
him.
Hill.
I love that we're not allowed to talk about Wicked, so we talk about Kiki talking. I love it when she says one short day.
In the Emerald.
Oh, you've never seen Nope, have you?
Nope. Okay.
I'm leaving. Me and Rehana have this joke of in the shitty Suicide Squad movie, not the good one, the first one. At one moment, Will Smith says, "What are we? Some kind of a Suicide Squad?" So me and Rehana, whenever we watch anything and it says the name, we're like,
yeah.
"What are we? Some?" And then in Nope, they had many moments, but they didn't go like Nope.
Yeah.
It's just they're just, Nope.
Nope.
And me and Rehana, what are we? Some kind of a Nope.
Oh god.
But Nope is really good. It's like I think it's my favorite Jordan Peele movie because it's the other ones are like horror esque, but like doesn't come to the heights that I know horror from.
Yeah.
Right? People are being like those are very prestigious like high art movies. But Hannah is my favorite. She was like, we were talking about which one we like more, and she was like, I like Us because Get Out is like racism bad.
Right, guys? Kind of like not good, no?
But the acting in Get Out is really good, and the direction. But the script, I was just
It's
like,
scary.
it is scary, but it's not. It doesn't.
The eyes,
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't come to the heights of Shining or The Thing,
right.
or Candy.
I just have a thing with staring. That's
Okay.
why I'm like, ew, no, get
Yeah.
away. I don't know where that's from.
Talk to Me got really popular, and I watched it. It was so fine.
What's the lure?
It's that maybe you've seen it. They grab a hand to talk to it.
Okay.
Like there's a hand,
All right.
and then they grab it and talk to it, and it got like really like, wow, this is. I think it's made by some YouTuber, so everyone's like, oh my god,
Oh.
like it's really good. And I watched it, and I was like, sure. It's the thing is, modern horror movies, they really go for the like, oh my god, look at this main character, and everyone thinks she's crazy, but you know that she isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
I've seen that.
I've seen
so
that.
much.
I've seen that, and I've seen it done better, and I feel the worst there.
Yeah.
I don't need to feel slightly horrendous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like
know.
I don't. But there was a cool thing at the end of the movie because they grabbed a hand to talk to dead people,
Mhm.
and at the end of the movie, like you're not realizing what's happening, and then she's like walking into a room, and you have to say something to like say I invite you or something
Mhm.
like that, and then it's just like some Mexican people hold, and she's holding his hand, and then the Mexican guy's like, say I invite you, being like she's dead,
Yeah.
she's the hand.
Oh,
That was cool.
yeah.
But other than that, it was a lot of like, and you suck and you're the worst, and I'm like, she is.
Yeah. Next.
It's like the Invisible Man does it greatly.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
No, because that's you feel just
Yeah.
the lowest of the low.
Oh.
Smile also, I feel like doesn't do it to the fullest extent of
Smile, I thought it would do more to me than it did because I have that.
because
thing.
of the staring and
Yeah,
the smile.
because of like.
What
but they
what
didn't
about
do
Truth
it-
or Dare where they did it like a crappy Snapchat filter? But
I know it's fake. I know it's awful. It looks horrendous.
okay, just
It's
something.
a natural,
something in you, yeah.
you know, and it's like, don't. If you're gonna kill me, don't stare at me. Just do it. Just do it. What are we waiting for?
Why are you waiting?
Why the psychological torture? Just kill me. Just
What a
stab me.
psychological torture in the psychological movie.
Mm.
I love me and I'm gonna love a movie called I think it's The Watcher or something. But there's also a movie called The Watcher about like Irish fairies, which is I heard is good. But I think Watch Review or something like that. But it's this girl thinking her neighbor is a killer.
Okay.
He's the killer.
The killer's gonna get.
And then there's a
It's the
scene of
killer.
her like riding in the train with him, and he has a bag, and the bag
Right.
looks like it has body parts in it, but it's like so subtle. Like
Okay. Yeah, it's
it's
not
not a face,
yeah, yeah.
but it's like you're watching it, and at the end he is the killer. Like
Okay.
it's really good. Of like, yeah,
Story where there's no killer. You're just crazy.
there's probably a lot of that.
I haven't seen it.
I feel like
It always it's redeemed by being like, oh, and there is a shadowy face. No, I want like a
no, but there's usually like the killer is that guy.
yeah. No, I want someone to be like, here's this perspective of this person who genuinely is just crazy, and and I don't even want like see it from her point of view. I want like you just see her kind of lose it.
You're the detective.
Yeah.
Detective.
Walking to the White House.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No, but it's no, but I'm used to there being a plot twist, right? I'm used to there being like he wasn't a killer, somebody else was a killer.
Yeah.
And it was good vindication. She dressed nicely.
Watch Gaslight, like the movie Gaslight.
No, it's
That's where the
very
term
old,
like
right?
came from,
Yeah.
and it's really old. But what I love about old movies, you can find every single one of them on YouTube. So it was such a like Gaslight full movie. Boom, there you go. And it was I don't know. There was something about it that was such a like, because the plot isn't even that. It's just him coming back to this. He seduced this woman who now lives in that house that he used to grow up in because he knows there's like something hidden there, right?
Yeah.
And they get together and they get married, and there's like treasure somewhere. And for him to like find it, he has to like go up in the attic and stuff. And she's like, "Hey, there's somebody up in the attic." He's like, "No, there isn't. You're crazy."
Yeah.
And then the reason it's called gaslight is he keeps like
Turning
dimming
down
the gaslight, and
frog in cold water,
yeah,
getting boiled.
so she's like, and she gets so like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Like this whole
Yeah, like gets really
yeah,
actual gaslighting,
Yeah.
not like he lied to me.
yeah,
The gaslighting involves a longer process of
yeah. It's
you
not just lying to you.
of
It's being like,
of
and you're ruining my life by what you're doing.
but even that's just like convincing you that you're crazy.
Yeah,
If you're sane enough to say he's gaslighting me, you're not being
yeah. You're not
gaslit.
being exactly.
Yeah. Um, I was gonna say something about a movie. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, do you have a random memory of like movies you watched as a kid on TV but you
Yes,
can't remember,
yes,
like you
yes.
can't
There's
find
one.
them?
There's one. There's
Oh,
one.
okay.
To
Tell me
this
the
day.
premise. Tell me the premise.
It's a horror movie.
Okay.
They are, but that's the problem. It's so generic. They're in a
Yeah.
cabin and it's a group of friends.
Yeah. Is it maybe Cabin in the Woods? Is it
Is it
maybe
Into the Woods?
Is it Evil Dead? Is it Evil Dead 2? Is it Evil Dead the remake?
And they're kind of like, but I loved the plot line. It wasn't scary. There was a lake, and it was like a genuine like. I can't remember exactly what it was. That's the problem. I remember watching it as a kid and being so like, I'm not even scared by this as much as I'm like intrigued by it.
Do you know?
And
Do you
it's
know
done
how
so well.
old? Like, was it an old movie when you
I
watched
was
it?
young, and it was, I think, probably 2000s. It
Okay.
was made around that time.
I have one horror movie, but I think it's shitty now. But I was terrified as a kid. It was like I think it's genuinely like the Cabin of Fear.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then at one point somebody's hallucinating and he sees like a bunny mask and shit.
Yeah.
And it was my sister, our cousins, and they were watching it, and they were also like fucking rich at that time, so like they all had a TV in their room. So
Yeah.
my cousin, whom I'm sleeping with, the male cousin, he's like, I want to finish the movie, so I catch a few scenes, and my thing is, I just need eerie atmosphere for 2 seconds, and I'm done. I can't sleep.
I'm out.
Absolutely. There was my sister played a game called like The Room, and it's just an escape puzzle, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was the scariest shit of all time because it had no music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is terrifying. That is horrendous.
Give me the
You are trying to get out of the room. But I remember two movies. One I know the name of now, but I've never sat down to watch it, and I don't think I ever even will.
Okay.
But it's just What Happened to Monday.
Oh yeah, I know the movie.
7 tuplets.
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
And like you're only allowed to have like one person.
One
kid.
child. I feel like it's one of those movies that has a great premise, but I don't know if it's done well. And
I just remember that there's a scene where one of them loses a finger, so he has to chop it off all of the sisters.
carry.
I know.
Also, how many people just like put? If you run into someone who knows you, put your hand in your pocket. Like, there's ways to avoid this.
Just do this the whole day.
Like, yeah, I.
And anyways, there was this one movie that I can't find. It's there's people who are, I think, either doubles or are just bred for this one person's organ donor.
Okay.
So there's like this house of people,
Mhm.
and they're like, when this person has problems, there's no questions asked. Like
Yeah,
you,
you go.
if it's your heart, you give them your heart,
Yeah.
right? And then three of them, I think, it's either they escape or like at 18 you're allowed to go out and live your life, but still, like if it happens, you have to give your heart. Oh, I mean, whatever organ they need.
I mean, imagine being like being the luck of the draw that you're the heart and your sister is like a kidney. You know what I mean?
No. It's not a thing of like they all have one person, and they're
Okay.
like they lose a leg. We're
Yeah,
chopping
yeah,
off
yeah.
your leg and
Okay,
like
okay.
trying
But
to
how many
connect it.
people?
But I'm thinking it was a situation of doubles.
Oh, okay.
So
So
like
clone, like, yeah.
everyone, like you would have a double, I would
Mhm.
have a double, and then if something
Okay.
were to happen, like if I chop my finger off and I couldn't
Mhm.
find my finger, hey,
Hey,
you synthetic
yeah.
person,
Give
here
it.
you go.
Yeah.
I remember that weirdly, but I don't remember the full movie. There's also Hancock with Will Smith.
Okay.
It's Will Smith and he's a superhero.
Mm.
I specifically remember one scene because he's like, it's very like if Superman were real, right?
Mhm.
And he's like in prison, and this guy's wife is bringing him spaghetti and meatballs, and then the guards
Oh.
are like, we have to check through it, and he's like, I could escape if I want to, just give me the fucking meatballs.
Just let me eat, bro.
Yeah, and I was like,
My man.
anywho's, I wanted to talk to you about something interesting.
Okay.
How do you perceive music? Like when you're listening to music, what happens in your brain?
Okay. Do you mean am I more of a just in general what the
Just in
feeling
general,
is?
like what do you imagine something? Do you just feel the feelings? Do you feel the words?
I think I'm more of a lyric person,
You're a lyric person.
and then
I
it
mean, I
goes.
but the thing is with some, I'm saying like when you put in your
Yeah.
headphones, do you just like focus on the words? You just in
It's
your
it.
head?
Yeah, in my and I, like if it's something I really love, yeah, I'll get excited and it will be like this moment. But it's like genuinely, if a song, it can be like the best thing in the world melodically. If it doesn't have lyrics, or if it's not something I like, I'm tuned out completely.
Okay.
And I think because my brain is genuinely it has to be
No, but
entertained
I'm
with
also
something.
asking, like, okay, so you listen to What Was I Made For? No, no, well, I don't talk shit about you.
Yeah,
Because that shit's embarrassing. You are my everything, and all that you did was make me fucking happier than ever.
yes.
And when you listen to Happier Than Ever, do you imagine the music video? Do you think of the music video, or does
I
your
think
brain?
about me. I think about I am
Oh, do you
happier
think
than
about
ever.
memories?
Yeah, I'm
Memory.
like
Okay.
people. Who am I relating to? Who would I say this to?
Okay.
I always go for that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
or
Sure.
even if it's something happy, I'm like, oh, my friend, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like it's generally about other people. But
Yeah.
if it's about me too, if it's
That's
something
what I
that's
was
like,
asking. Like, do you, when you close your eyes, does your brain just go the Spotify like, and I don't talk shit, like the lyrics
yeah,
just pass by? Like, that's what I was interested recently because I realized that I don't think about music normally. I am, for me, it's always a stage adaptation.
okay,
I don't care if I'm listening to Skrillex.
yeah. I'm like, how would I put this?
Not just in stage adaptation, like musically. I'm like, I'm a superstar, and this is how I
Mhm.
would like play this
Okay,
on stage. And there's like, even if it's to another person, like I
I'm
have
on
this.
stage, or they're listening to me.
No. Depends, mama. Depends. Like my for good. I have a friend who we've heard the story a billion times, but in my head, I'm not being like, oh, here we
Yeah.
are, and I who can say if
Yeah.
no, him and I are
Mhm.
on stage,
Yeah.
either Alpha Bar Glinda or not,
Yeah.
but it's just like we are.
Yeah.
Who can say if I've been changed for the better? It's my brain just works this way.
But that's the thing, because I remember ever since I was a kid, I would be like, First of all, okay, another point. I remember my whole
She's
thing
pointing at the laptop.
of like if something was made
Yeah.
before and it was your original idea. I didn't know musicals existed,
Yeah.
and I had this brilliant idea, which yes, it is. As a child, like I would listen to fucking Nina Badric, and I'd be like, okay, this song could go after this one, and then this could be the
And you
storyline.
made up jukebox musicals.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd be like, and then I'm acting it out and I'm doing it to
Yeah.
people. And it's always in my head of like, if it's something I relate to, I will have like, let's say it's a song that I relate to you. In my head, I'm like, I'm sitting you down and I'm telling you the song like this.
But you're like,
You know?
you're doing more of a movie.
Yeah.
Mine is always on stage.
Mm.
I'm always on stage singing. I'm always like, how do you make this into a choreography
Yeah.
that you can sing to? And like, what would you do with stage hands
Yeah.
and everything? So like, I wanted to talk about this because last week we did a beautiful thing where we went through like videos that are like emo anthems and then white girl anthems and everything. And emo anthems popped up, and I had a kind of like a relapse. I downloaded like a lot of Panic at the Disco songs, and I gotta say, it's kind of the most normie album.
Mhm.
I love Death of the Bachelor now the most. It's the one with Taking Back the Crown.
Yeah.
I'm all dressed up and naked. And there they have the song called Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is when I have a good concept in my head.
Yeah.
But actually, it doesn't have to necessarily always be, it has to be a performance.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I'm listening to I Have Nothing by
Yeah.
Whitney Houston, I'm thinking of her on stage,
Yeah.
like in the music video. If I'm thinking of It's All Coming Back to Me Now,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Celine Dion on stage
Yeah.
singing it, right? I don't think of the music video except if I'm directly watching the music video.
Okay.
So I'm just sometimes it's a movie musical, but there needs to be choreography
Okay.
unless it's a diva
Yeah.
being.
No, for me it's like genuinely just talk to me. Like I'm singing, but I'm taught like these
Yeah,
are words.
I don't want to talk
I don't want to talk. Like it would genuinely
about
be
the
like
things we've
exactly that.
gone
Exactly
through,
that. Exactly
though
that.
it's hurting
Meryl
me.
did it the best out of everything in the world in that one little segment because I'm like, that's how musicals should be.
No, for me, Wicked is how musical should be.
Mhm.
It should be like me and you are talking, and I then bump my leg and woo. You know, like the more unrealistic, the better. Because even when I'm imagining it as a movie musical, I'm walking through the streets dancing, and then
Yeah.
everyone's like opening the windows at the
Yeah.
same time. They're like,
Musical, you know.
so weird. So with Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time in my head, and I'm telling you like how I when I listen to Wicked, I think of how I would do Wicked on stage.
Yeah.
I don't think of like the Wicked the movie
Mhm.
or what I saw from Wicked the stage.
Yeah.
I think of like this is what I would do, what I would change, what I would add. Not thinking that it's better than the movie or the musical, just saying like this is I'm really being like it's my interpretation and I don't want to
Yeah.
steal from anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody's ideas. I want
Yeah.
my own ideas on the
Yeah.
stage. And with Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time, I just imagine this like because it has it's a song about partying. There's no deeper meaning behind it. It's just it's literally champagne, cocaine, gasoline, and most things in between. And there's lines that go like, "Who are these people? I just woke up and like being I don't know." And then they go, "No."
Yeah.
And I'm going like, okay, he's waking up, he's going to parties. He's waking up, he's going to parties. And then in my head, on the stage, I don't sing. Oh yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. I say, oh yeah, and then the people behind, I do something like snort cocaine or something, and then everyone on stage is like, don't threaten, like looking at the audience. And then at the end, the last one is gonna be something like very, very passe. I know it's very been done been done many times. Of like, and then you party more, party more, party more, and then you don't feel high from the drugs anymore.
Yeah.
So like it's either getting dropped off a bridge or something, like killing yourself, but then I'm still going like champagne, cocaine, and then I'm falling or dying, some version of dying, and the everyone else's who gave me drugs, who party with me, is like, don't threaten me with a good time, and I'm just sitting there like I'm a genius.
What's his name? Lin Manuel Miranda. Miranda?
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 No, but I realize that that's not how everybody perceives songs. Some just listen to music and don't think about
Yeah.
anything, and they're like, it's
It
just my
just, yeah.
brain in a weird way, and I don't think of like another person. I don't
Yeah.
think of somebody else. But I've never heard anyone be like, I always imagine a
Yeah.
choreography, a thing.
Yeah. But it's fun. Like, it seems
It's
really
fun.
fun
It's
to
amazing.
do.
It's really like
Yeah.
because you I know people who love to purposefully interpret music differently.
Yeah.
I had a friend who I told him I was like, "Oh my god, I love Kate Bush's Babushka."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh yeah, with that guy whose wife was a frozen princess." Because because there's a line like just like his wife before she freezed on him,
Uh-huh.
but it's Kate Bush, and most interpretations are like she
Yeah, she
became less
stopped.
of a person.
Yeah.
She's not as exciting anymore.
Yeah.
But in his head, he was like, "Oh, it's this
Frozen
frozen
Princess.
princess
I love
communicating with
people.
him in some way," and I was just like, "That's
Brilliant. I
you
love
know."
people.
And I feel shitty if somebody were to go to like that's stupid.
Yeah, no.
No,
I love
it's
I love like the only time I'll ever call something stupid is if it's like you
it's
took it
not.
off the internet and it's the most like
Yeah, it's not your
it's
idea.
not something that you know.
Yeah, it's not something you're passionate about.
Yeah,
Even if
it's
you took it
just
from the internet, you have to be like, "Oh my god, I'm
yeah,
really
look at this thing
passionate
that I
about
found.
this."
But
Yeah,
it's like if you're just being
but
like
that guy, like, who on the
yeah,
internet was like,
exactly. No, I love that. I love that. Did you ever do this thing when you would write in general like poems or like write
"Yeah, okay,
where you wouldn't like because some of my best work I gotta say is always putting myself into like somebody else's perspective and then writing a poem as if they're writing it. So like when I would do it like when I was in high
I'm
school, me
not
and
that kind of
Hannah,
a person.
yeah.
I'm a more of a. I rarely write if I'm not feeling
But that's
intense
the thing. Like, okay,
emotions.
so me and Hannah did this thing for a while. It was like 30-day writing challenge, and every day you'd write something,
Yeah,
And I remember distinctly it was something some theme, I don't know. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a poem. And then I was like, she had a thing with a guy and he didn't want to be with her. So I wrote this out from her, like how
from
she must be feeling, wrote it out perfectly. And the worst part is I sent it to her. And like, because we would send it back to each other.
yeah,
She was like, oh my God, this is so great. I felt none of that, but I was like, I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly, and this is how that works.
yeah.
And it's like, and
Oh,
it's
I'm
just
writing
okay.
for you.
Yeah, I'm writing for
I'm
you. I
writing.
love doing
Yeah.
that. It's my
I mean,
favorite
it's
thing.
like when we talk about like what I would do on stage, and I'm like, and then they do this, and all the lesbians on Twitter would fucking love it. And you go like, yes.
Apt.
There's I usually sometimes, but there has to be a huge element of compassion.
Yeah.
I never go like I don't understand your point of view, and
Yeah.
that's why I've had this, and it's a weird situation, and didn't talk about it to him because I didn't want to insert myself into his thing. But I have a guy who I kind of know.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
Yeah, yeah.
what up? He had a friend die of like an illness,
Oh,
and it's been like they knew it, and I was just like he was talking to me, and I was like I completely understand how you're feeling,
yeah.
and then I wrote a poem from like his point of view, but
Yeah.
I'll never send it to him. And be like,
Well,
this is for you,
yeah.
right? But it was such a moment of like I understand your emotions
Yeah.
because I've had similar ones, but yours are kind of different. But
Yeah.
it's like something that connected us,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wrote a poem from that without being. But of course, there's poets who sometimes write and they're like, "Yeah, it's for you." Like that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do
don't do
that.
it.
It's because that's a grieving person.
Yeah.
What do you think it will do? Fix it?
Yeah.
Now they're just forced to be like, "That's neat."
Yeah. How cute. No, I would never like
I'm
obviously
not,
send it. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm
But
saying
it's
there's people.
yeah. I don't know if it's just a thing of like it's easier for me to process other people's things,
Mm.
because I'm like what do I write? What I mean, there's a lot in my life, especially recently, that I could, but
Yeah,
it doesn't come up to surface. It never, nothing is gonna come out of it. I don't know why, but this is just, I like doing that. I don't know.
yeah. It's an interesting thought process, definitely. My I have a lot of good like stage ideas, and usually it's correlated to Vocaloid. There's one, oh my god, there's this song about it's called Hyunju Nana. It's 47.
Okay.
Anyways, there's this Korean girl group called AK, or is it Japanese? I don't know. It's an idol girl group
Yeah.
called AK40. Yeah, it's Japanese. Akihibara 47. One of the girls, if you're an idol, you're not allowed to have a partner
Okay.
because when you sing and I love you,
Yeah, it has to be.
the listener has to think that
Yeah.
you love him,
That's right.
and you can't have a boyfriend because then the illusion
Yeah.
falls apart. You're singing for him and
Mhm.
not for me.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
the girl had to she was kicked off of the group instantly the second they found out she had a boyfriend.
Okay.
She ended up on live stream shaving her hair and crying and begging for an apology. It's it's very
Jesus.
yeah. Oof. And then there's a Vocaloid song of the girl being like sending the letters and shit like that, and then there's moments where she's on stage
Yeah.
and she's like, and roughly translated, and then she's like, so I sing
Yeah.
that, and I was like, it would be such a perfect like on stage singing, and you're looking for somebody in the audience, right? You're like, and I because I bet it's like a foster to people pumped up kicks kind of situation where
Yeah.
everyone will be like, this
This
jam is fucking great, but then
Wait a minute.
but then it's her like genuinely trying to reach out to
Yeah.
somebody in the audience and trying to find it, and she's like, and I smile till my cheeks start beginning to hurt,
Yeah.
and it's, and every time I listen to it, that's the only thing that I think of. I don't think of the music video. I don't think
Yeah.
of, I just imagine myself as a like a girl group woman in a dress, and I'm just like singing and I'm
Yeah.
doing this thing, and I turn around, wipe a tear, go back and
Yeah.
sing, and go.
See, I had that idea of I just I'm just saying one thing. I just want money. And it's not for selfish reasons. Okay? It's not because I hate it. I talked to Mirella about this too, where I was like,
I
hey,
want money to fund projects.
to be fun with it.
Yeah.
Like, have some fun. Because I hate when a lot, like, every person, like, not that I know of, that has that kind of money is just so boring. Like, okay.
Yeah.
My idea is so we have a little like theater type thing that used to work way back when in the center, right? And that is like it doesn't.
And it was like before we now have a
it's
theater.
not a theater; it's a movie theater.
We now have a movie theater. We don't have a theater.
Yeah, we don't have a theater.
Let's just say that it's one of like important Bosnian town that doesn't have a theater.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But we had a movie theater, and now we have like a theater that's a chain.
Yeah.
But that
it's
was
boring. It's a movie theater.
it's
whatever.
A theater, yeah, you watch whatever comes up.
Whatever is it.
We had a just a local movie theater.
Yeah, and
probably
it would be like
somebody's fucking like.
And it's like it's closed down, and it's like semi big. Like it's
It's in the middle of the town center.
Yeah.
Like.
And like if I had money, I would buy that, and then I would make a thing like we did in Germany with Rocky Horror Picture Show, where it would be like, okay, so there are themes to it, right?
Yeah, you don't
and
just play modern movies.
And like, oh, this came out this year. Okay, we're just gonna play this, and then whatever. Like, have like fun with it. Have themes. Have also we can make like a tiny stage and be like, hey, whoever wants to come and they have a show and like bring people to watch it, do your thing. Like it doesn't have to be this like there's a process to do it and like not even rent it. Genuinely, it like just here do it. And to have like a little bar in there to be
like a maybe like a stand-up comedy day or something.
Or something, and to like do that, and like that would be cute.
And the thing is, for the first probably year, it would be not. You would not get any money from it.
Yeah, but if I had money, that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you really have to have a lot of disposable income for it, because that would need some time.
Yeah, for people to catch on, and like
mostly like for some teenagers to do it, and then the parents go like, "Oh, that is interesting. Like maybe I'll check it out too." And then you have a lot of young adults doing it, and it's in a very good place.
Yeah, it's like a center. Because I remember walking by, and like there's so much potential to be made something. Also, we have that fucking huge TV in the center. Like it's like the TV thing we have. It's like you never thought to just put a sheet over it and do like an outside movie day. Like
it's not a TV. It's like a big like. You could project on.
Yeah, project some and like have like an outside thing and do like a cute little, I don't know, sell like popcorn and have put blankets on the floor, and people will be like, "Oh my god, this is great!" Like have some fun with it.
Like some drunk teenagers would pass by and be like, "Oh, let's just sit here."
It'd be so cute. Like this town has a lot of potential, just nobody's doing anything with it.
Yeah.
And it's sad. But like I could do that, and then you could put on your shows, and like it would be so fun.
Yeah.
Like, and we'd have I have like okay, so there would be a bar and I would have like a big like record player and it would be like a thing of like if you have your own record, bring it over. And then cocktails, I would make cocktails but themed. So it would be like if we're doing Wicked, there'd be like pink and green or like,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And what else was I gonna say?
Cocktails, cock, chicken, bach.
There you go. There you go. Also like during the week if nothing is playing, I would just play like a TV show marathon. So it would just be like
Yeah.
Golden Girls all day long.
Something that you don't have to follow.
Just like put Golden Girls on and like if you have 30 minutes free at 4, you just go and you watch it. Like it's
Yeah.
just
The thing is you would have to buy licenses and shit like that. Yeah. Oh no. I don't think it's that expensive.
yeah, I just
I mean, especially in this hypothetical where we have a lot of money.
exactly.
Because we wouldn't be in it for the money. We would be in it
As long
to
as I have enough to cover the cost of it, that's enough for me.
yeah.
Like I don't need any
We don't
like
need profit from this.
yeah.
We would just love to,
To be there and I just work there as like a bartender.
yeah.
Like or like a stagehand.
And then it's like, oh, she's so like, I bet somebody. I feel like some kids would stand there talking about like, oh my god, I bet she just works a 9 to 5. Like, can you imagine the pay? And then somebody's like, oh, she owns this place.
Yeah, and then we're like, ooh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Arcade.
Mm. Yeah.
Have an arcade.
Yeah. Like just fun stuff.
Have gaming days.
Yeah.
Oh my god, connect like have people play fucking Mario Kart on.
On huge, yeah, and have marathons. Like fully be like not marathons, but to be like, okay, you and I play and then I win and then I play
Oh,
against this guy.
tournaments.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god, 16-player Smash. Great. But those are those ideas that I hate. The I hate thinking of them because then I'm sad.
Yeah.
But I even hate more talking about them to adult people because they're like, "Well, do it."
Yeah.
There's so many adults going like, "Well, start your own." Because I remember being like talking to a professor and she was what sports do we not have here that have? And I'm like, there's many that I'm interested in, like swimming, ice skating, horse riding, a
Yeah.
lot of like. And but I said like my main that I would definitely do want to practice is fencing.
Mhm.
And she was like, "Well, maybe you could start your own like being so like, oh my god, look at this idea." And then I'm like, and I stood there and I'm like, "Do you know how much those swords cost? How much the costumes cost?
Yeah,
How
where I
much?"
would have to go get a license for that.
Yeah, I would
Where am
have
I gonna get the license if there's nothing here? Like
yeah, like, and I would be fucking Diana Jajcevic, fucking Virus, being like, I am a dancer, and and I'm the best dancer here. Meanwhile, every single one of her graduates has a serious injury because
Yeah.
she never teaches people how to fall.
Yeah, and I like used to go there and they were like, no, you won't go there anymore because she's just awful.
Yeah, no, she's and also massive favoritism and
Yeah.
other things, but like she didn't finish a dance school.
Yeah.
Like, she
You just wanted. Imagine if I just went there and like, I'm opening up a yoga studio.
yeah.
I've seen YouTube videos about it.
and somebody comes and they're like, I have a problem with my knee.
And I'm like, no, it's fine, dude.
It's fine. It's fine. You know.
And then they die.
Yeah.
You know.
I think Zumba classes are like easy to learn and fun though.
Zumba is fine. I think they have Zumba here.
They have Zumba here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted to go.
Should we go? Should we be back?
Should we be Zumba?
I talked to Manal about that too. She was like, it's fun because like you get to meet people who are like your 20-year-old meeting like a 50-year-old, and they
Yeah.
all like go together and do fun stuff, and it's like it's cute.
Yeah. No, it just pisses me off that it's like this town doesn't have many opportunities, and then a lot of older people are like, well, make the opportunities, young people. And I'm like, how am I supposed to
Yeah.
when the most famous dance studio from here doesn't teach me how to fall?
Yeah.
And that sounds funny. Haha. No, falling is one of the most important things in dancing that you can do it without hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here she just goes fall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I remember one time she was like, inform me if you have any problems doing any of it. And I'm like, I have a knee problem where it pops out. And she was like, okay.
And like nothing is different for you. Nothing. It's so stupid.
It horrendous. No, I don't remember ever being taught something there.
Yeah.
I just copied what the other kids did, and I didn't do it well, and I didn't, improve at all.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know.
I went to Zumba when I was a kid.
I love Zumba.
I loved it, and there was this one girl there too. I loved her so much, and she was like older than all of us, and she had a bit issues, an issue. But I loved her
Well,
because we were
like walking issues or
just mental issues.
okay.
But I don't know why I attached myself to her so much, and I was like, you're my best friend,
Yeah.
and it was just the two of us. And I remember one time I thought I was so cunt, and I was like, look at me go. I We had a thing with umbrellas where they were teaching us how to walk, like a model walk.
Yeah.
Imagine me, I was a chubby kid, and it just and I but the confidence was like up high.
Absolutely.
I am like belly protruding up, and I'm walking,
Yeah.
and we would do a thing where like you walk, and then as you turn, they give you an umbrella, and you're walking with an umbrella,
Yeah.
and then you lift it up, and then you like open it up, and then you turn, and then you walk
I'd have a
back.
huge problem with that
I
because I would turn around.
uh-huh.
You have my heart. It'll never be well.
Well, we did do that song a lot, sing like dancing to it. So I took the umbrella
And
and I would,
then you didn't do it with the umbrella correct.
but it would be a thing of people would take it and like pull it up. I didn't. I was like, so it was completely like done, and I would do this, and I just go and that, and it would open up, and I'd be like, "Ooh, look at me!" And she was mesmerized by that, and I was like, "You get it. You see the vision. I see you. You see me." And ever since that, I was like, "You get me."
Yeah,
We're one and
I
one.
can imagine that. Um, what else? No, it's weird that in some towns and countries people just don't do stuff. And sometimes I understand like you can't go to like a acting class or something because maybe it doesn't correlate with your work
Yeah.
hours. I'm not saying like quit your job to
Yeah.
do that. I understand if somebody genuinely doesn't have the time to do
Yeah.
any of that. But then there's like in my friend lived in Novi Sad, right? She had there was this movie theater that every Saturday did uh fucking Studio Ghibli movies. Her friends would just be like, I don't feel like going. You have the time to go.
Yeah.
You have the time, and
So,
it's Studio Ghibli.
yeah.
Like nobody in this planetary Earth who has a soul doesn't like Studio Ghibli. Like it's people. I don't feel like going. And what do you want to do? I remember they had this in Novi Sad. I love Novi Sad. I love it more than it is Novi Sad and Skopje.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Maribor. No, I mean, I was confused between Novi Sad and
Yeah.
Maribor. I'm talking about the correct town. Novi Sad,
Mhm.
new now,
New
is
now.
they had this like I forget like a baking place. I don't know, and I was never a brownie guy.
Mm.
And then I walked in. They had mac and cheese. They served it to you in a plastic cup. It was the
Mhm.
best thing of all time. I don't know how much it cost because it was in dinari, and that's a witch language.
What does it mean? I remember I got like
You go.
100 like km, and I went to exchange it, and she gave
You
me
were
a bag of money.
you were a billionaire.
I would like literally like here's vracha.
And then I
Just
don't
gave
know
her,
if
like,
it's like
Santa Claus.
if it's like expensive or cheap. You know,
It's just it's awful. Like
it's
it's
monopoly money.
It fully. It's nothing. It means nothing.
Yeah, my
But
favorite is when I was going there with Adna, the Adna we hate,
mm.
and she was buying something, and then the lady on the counter was like, "I don't have 5 dinar to give you back," and she was like, "That's 0.005 cents. Like
right? Like so stupid.
it's a quarter of a cent."
Quarter. Oh.
Um, or otherwise known as an eight.
Mhm.
But they had it, and it was really nice. They had mac and cheese in a plastic cup that I loved,
Yeah.
and the portion wasn't big enough. But hey, and then they had this thing called a boss bitch brownie.
Like
And I was like, you can imagine a 14-year-old like, oh my god, boss bitch brownie.
Give it.
Oh my god, this place is so like
So
BuzzFeed
cantiva.
vibes.
Like yeah,
BuzzFeed vibes.
it's
Like I'm walking in and I'm like, oh my god, I love it. It's so like BuzzFeed.
like by the way.
Um, I bought it. It was like there are 3 brownies stacked on top of each
Yeah.
other with every single cream they have, and they were like, we sold this for Valentine's, but it was so popular that we stayed it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love you,
You
person
got
who
it.
works here. And I was never a brownie guy. I dream about that fucking brownie.
Oh my goodness. Dog is doing something very cute.
She's rolling around. Okay, I have an important question to you.
Okay.
Should we talk about one of the two movies we watched yesterday? Which one do you want to talk about, or should we talk about both?
Let's do both because I
Let's
don't
do
think there's
both.
a lot to say about like
Yeah.
one
There's yeah,
each.
yeah, yeah.
There's like
Okay, so yesterday
yesterday.
we did a thing.
Uh-huh.
We watched two movies that emotionally. That sucks over.
I know.
Okay. These are almost, I think. They were my bad.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw men. I put
Yeah, no,
in bag.
I'm just saying, like maybe they're yours. Who knows? Um, we watched two movies. One of them was planned, and one of them I was like, "Hey, this first one's short. Let's do two."
Mhm.
Because we'll talk about that one later. Let's firstly talk about the beauty that is Brittany Murphy and
Yes.
Dakota Johnson's Dakota
Fanning.
Fanning's Uptown Girls. I
I
have two big faults with the movie. Let's talk about the faults, and
okay.
then we go into the niceness.
All right, go ahead.
The movie didn't feature Uptown Girl.
Mm-hmm. Which
How do you?
that's where they lost the Oscar.
Absolutely, it's like you. I wanted the movie to start, and it's gonna be like some basic ass production studio that isn't 20th Century Fox or Universal Studio presents.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Uptown Girl.
How do you not? How do you not? The other is an actual like big problem. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Where are you going?
put this to charge. It'll take a second. You do you.
Give me the Coke too while you're at it. She's going to change the charge of the phone of the charge of the phone. Give me the Coke while you're at it. I just need it closer to me. I'm not
Just want to fondle it.
just gonna sit here. Can I just say I hate that I watched that movie?
Okay.
Actually, that's not the good part. No.
Yeah.
There was a love interest who does
It's awful.
adds nothing to the story. He's
You
shitty.
said it perfectly. If he wasn't a part of the story, it could have been like a very like
Very
high niche, like hey.
very like
niche.
Legally Blonde type, where it's like you look down upon it because it's just a chick flick, but it's
Yeah,
a
but
better
it's-
movie than
yeah.
a chick flick. This is like because of that romance, it loses so many points.
Yeah.
As a movie, because he brings nothing. He's not even a like a moving force.
Yeah.
For her, she's not being like I'm doing this for him.
Yeah.
She's because Legally Blonde. She did it for him, but
eventually
that was
like,
the
get
thing.
fucked.
She's doing it for herself. Even she's not even doing it for Pat Wilson.
Yeah.
She's doing it for herself. Here, he is just there. He sings badly, and he dance badly. And he's just there.
No, he's awful. I don't like him, and there's nothing interesting. There's nothing fun about. Like genuinely, like you brought nothing to the table. Why are you here?
The song he did was every single scene with him could have been more time with Dakota Fanning.
Exactly.
But anyways, outside of that movie, I hate everything about having to watch that movie. I hate that I wanted to watch that movie. I hate that I sat down and watched that movie. I hate that I love Brittany Murphy now. I hate everything. It's the worst. It's the worst. But it's the worst in a good way.
Yeah.
We spoke yesterday about Easy A,
Uh-huh.
which is the worst. I mean, not in like a bad movie way, just like a why is this an existential horror movie?
I know. Like, let me.
Yeah, it's just so sad. And
Yeah.
so this is like heartwarming
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a punch to it.
Yeah.
Right? What do you?
Here's my thing. I watched it a while back.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember I was like, I don't know how I found out about it. But anyway,
You were probably like movies about American lifestyle because you were that girly.
I was that girl. But I watched it and I remember feeling so like usually you watch like that archetype of a movie and it's like, oh, or it's like, oh. This just left me kind of like existentially. I don't know what I was so like. Oh God, what? Because it's such a moment for them. Okay, so it's just like she's just a babysitter to this girl, and this kid she's 8, and she's like germaphobe. And I'm like,
can we just say? I think this is the funniest movie we watched in a while.
I know.
We were cackling out loud. We were rolling on the floor. It's like when we were watching Clue.
I know.
And it's because it's not just a comedic movie.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah, it
because
was
Clue was just a comedic movie.
yeah.
So like you're just laughing, you're never being like, oh.
Yeah.
This movie had so many funny because you
Yeah.
mentioned Nanny. You would never hit another person. And then Dakota Fanning goes like, she's Ray.
Yeah.
Or Ray goes like, and Brittany Murphy's like, why did you hit her? Brittany Murphy's Molly.
Uh,
Molly goes like, why did you hit her? And then Ray goes like, cause her, and then she goes, quote unquote, oh, Pear said that my nanny is just a little slut. To Molly just
beating the au pair. Like it's so fun. Oh,
the genuine moments of like laugh out loud.
yeah.
Just
Oh, but
okay,
here's the thing.
go for it.
I'll go for it. Yeah, there's funny, there's haha, whatever. So, Ray's dad is in a coma. He's not waking up,
He's a
right?
vegetable.
He's a veg, and she keeps saying he's a vegetable. That's all he's gonna be.
And Ray is a very
I had to take care of myself my whole life type of a person. So she's like, I have to. Everything has to be concise and perfect, and everything sucks. But the world is awful.
not
but,
just that, but she's also very like she wants to be just logical.
Yeah,
She
she's
doesn't
very
want to
logical.
have any emotions. She's even though she has them. Great child actress.
Yeah,
Because you see that she's covering it without being too cheesy.
yeah,
But she's being like, it just it doesn't make sense for me. Like he's a vegetable.
he's a vegetable. That's all he's ever gonna be. And then it's like, she does ballet, and it's like, okay, at the end of everyone just does a freestyle thing, and she's like, she just leaves because
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm here for
Yeah.
strictness. Anyway, Molly is talking to her, and she's like, do you ever go and read to him, like to her dad? And she's like, well, what's the point? And Molly's like, well, they actually did a study and said that like when people have people around them who read to them or talk to them, like they live 10% longer than
Yeah.
people who don't. And then she was like, do you promise? And Molly was like, yes. And it's like, pinky promise. And
yeah.
it was like, don't touch me, I have germs. And then she went and she read to her dad, and instantly, and then it just cut to a scene of like her being fired. And she was like, well, what happened? And then it was
And she
like,
walks in and
she walks in and she
the
sees,
bed's empty.
yeah.
Like the dad's not there anymore.
And it was such a moment
And
of
she
like,
walks
you
in,
lied to me. He
and
died.
no. She just said you lied to me.
Yeah.
And just called somebody to take her away.
Yeah. And it was, oh,
That
God.
I think that's the best scene of the movie. I mean, no, second best scene.
Yeah.
Of the movie, because she comes to her mom and she rips up the paycheck.
Mm.
Which, by the way, I was so like, imagine the mom just goes like, "Those are American dollars. You just committed fraud. Just committed a federal offense, not fraud, a federal offense." Um, and but no, she's so like, she goes like, Ray took it very well. I came back from a meeting because they told me my husband had died and she was doing her homework. And then Molly goes like, you call that taking it well?
Yeah.
And
The mom is horrendous. Mom is never around. Mom is
Yeah.
never there, right? It's awful.
she's like, it's very well established because the first day she quits, but then she goes back
Yeah.
and she goes like, your mom is the one who hired me. And
Yeah.
she's like, do you see her anywhere? Unless you want to talk to a secretary or wait by her door till 3 a.m., she won't come.
Yeah. News flash.
I
You're not
quit.
gonna. Oh, it's such a so mom is nowhere to be found, and she's like kind of taking care of herself. And then one day she's homesick, and then she's there, and she's like, "Okay, you're not really sick. Let me take you to Coney Island." And she's telling
Which
her the
plot twist
story.
isn't an island?
Yeah, she's telling her the story of when she was a kid and when her parents died.
She told that later. They came to Coney Island. She forced her to eat a hot dog.
Yeah.
And then they went and it's inoperational, right?
Yeah.
And then it's this scene of them in the train, and Ray doesn't want to show it that she's excited.
Yeah.
But Molly sees it.
Yeah.
She sees that she's excited. And then the guy's like, you're here a week early.
Yeah.
And
like,
she turns around and she's not there and she's just standing like, let's just go home.
Yeah, but she's standing in
front of the teacups because she kept talking about the teacups.
And she's standing in front
Before we get into the every single emotional part of it, they get introduced. By the way, there's a pig.
Yeah, there's a pig
named Mo,
Yeah.
and it's cute. And she gives it to her as a present, and she's a germaphobe, but she like comes around to him. It's adorable. And but she gets introduced to Ray, right? And they talk, and she has like a cute little tea set, and she's like, "Unless I invite you to tea, you won't participate." And she's and she keeps being like, "There's so many like, germs," and she's talking about
Yeah.
all of that. She goes like, "Ray, have you ever been to a shrink?" She just goes, "Since I was 3."
Since I was
But
3.
also just an adult being like, "Ray, have you ever been to a shrink?"
Oh,
So it's the movie has many highs and lows
yeah.
emotionally and also as a product,
Yeah.
highs and lows. What
The
was
good and bad.
yeah, good and bad, like with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Oh, so uh,
Molly tells her the story of the teacups.
yeah.
That she
Which
Molly, by the way, is a rock star's daughter.
yeah, who their like her parents died when she was
Young,
when she
bit
was 8 and
eight.
whatever.
Yeah,
So essentially they're the same age.
yeah.
So like when her family died, she was the same age as Ray.
Right.
And she's telling her the story of like when I first heard I wanted to run away and live on the Coney Island because I thought it was an actual island. And then she got there
And
and like
I was like, it isn't.
and I got there and I got on the teacups because I was the only one that would let me on by myself. And I started spinning myself around.
Yeah.
And but that's the day that they couldn't get on it, right? And then cut to when her dad dies, um, the mom calls her back after firing her, calls her back and is like, "Hey, did you see Molly?
Yeah, we're
Did you see Ray anywhere?" And
Ray. Yes.
Molly's like, "No, I don't
Also,
know."
she bought her apartment, and it's just a shitty like
Yeah, it's just a tiny
the
like
living room is the bedroom, and
yeah,
then we paused the movie for 20 minutes, and we were like, let's redecorate.
yeah, like I have like a dining table over there, and maybe like I love a Murphy bed. Um,
Do
and
you know why you love a Murphy bed though?
huh.
Because one woman once told me, "I want to be ninja." She sells Murphy beds.
I love her.
I think I can actually do it.
Guys, I think I did it.
I
I
can.
think
Oh no, my favorite first she goes like, "I think I can do it. I think I can become ninja."
yeah.
And then at the end she goes,
Cha. Awful. Awful.
"The
Horrendous.
worst." Are
Oh,
we half of the billion views on that video?
I know.
Yes, we are.
It's so funny there was an Asian lady right next to her the whole
Oh,
time.
and the
I
camera
love her.
never goes away from
I know,
the
and
lady.
brilliant. Oh, by the way, did you ever see those videos that was like Wendy Williams's
Oh yeah, yeah.
cameraman is like
Yeah,
not
yeah. She
playing?
goes like,
It's like, oh, it's
there's everyone, there's anyone for everyone. If you're the most disgusting person on
yeah, and
earth,
it just
it just
cuts to
cuts to like a
but it's
lady.
always like and she has those buck teeth and it just cuts to a person just put over by like it's awful.
And then Wendy goes like, oh,
Oh. But anyway, the mom calls Molly and she's like, "Where did you see her anywhere?" Anyway, Molly's like, "I know where she is." So she goes
oh,
up,
but she doesn't tell the police.
doesn't
She's
tell
just
anyone.
like,
She's just like, I know where she is. I know how to get her." So she goes up and she sees her on the teacups, kind of moving herself because that's what she did.
and she just joins her. There's no word
No
spoken.
talk, nothing. She just sits down and they just spin each other. But also, it was so cute.
Both of them like Molly is genuinely like I think like they're both just
Yeah, they're
happy
both
spacing.
crying and you've seen the meme
Like
probably.
they're holding tears back. That's the meme. First of all, I thought the meme would ruin it for me, and then it was a better movie
Hmm.
because I thought it was gonna be like me coming back to the past
Hmm.
to save my young self. To say
Yeah.
what they did. No, I love this more.
Yeah, because it's such a beautiful like, and it's also they both had tragic lives, and they were both kind of left alone at that age. And one took one way, and the other one took the other way, right? This one got so strict, and she's so like, I got it, I have it all figured
And
out, and
this one has
is a
never had a job.
child, right?
Yeah.
Like, because they make the joke of being like,
Oh, that was the
I don't see any
uh
grown-ups here.
yeah. What was the thing? Oh yeah, she goes like every grown up has something they're good at. Oh, sorry, I don't see any grown
Grown-ups
ups
here.
here.
And then at the end of the movie, oh, it was like, we're gonna being like, you can have your
You
job
can have
back.
your job back, and she's like, I don't want my job. I want us to be friends.
It's
And
like
she's like,
grown-ups never stay kids
never
with
stay with
friends
with
with
the
kids.
kids. See
See
any
grown-ups
grown-ups
here.
here? And she goes, dude. It's the best. She misses the dance recital once. And she sees her mother in a club. And she's like, do you even know where she is? And she's like, she's at a dance
Some
recital.
ballet thing.
She's like, oh shit, like she is more involved than the mother. Going
Yeah,
like, I missed her dance
yeah.
recital.
But also it was so cute when we were like first time when they were going there was like, and we're gonna spin until we throw up.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like after she cut, like she went in to find, she found her. It just cuts from them like spinning each other to just
To just
Raid
her
throwing
throwing
up.
up. But it's like you're not being like ha ha ha, you're being like
Yeah. Oh.
still.
Yeah. And then oh my god, after she throws up, it's she just looks at her and she just slaps her like Ray
Oh,
slaps
and
Molly.
she's an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And it's the palm the size of a small leaf.
Yeah.
And you hear it the go.
Yeah. Molly
Molly,
decks her, like slaps her back, and then Ray
which was
starts so
established
mad.
before. Like she showed her the middle finger and she was like grabbed her hand and she was
Yeah,
like, "You
being
take
like,
that back."
yeah, like I'm tough with you. There's no fucking around.
Yeah, there's no me being cutesy.
And she just starts like punching her stomach. Like you can't feel it. It's an
Yeah.
8-year-old girl, but she's like punching her stomach
And then she
and just hugs her as tight as possible. It's such a like, oh, I don't know. It's a great movie.
it really is a good movie. And then it just ends. She ends up being a
Everything is
fashion
magically fixed.
designer, right? She
Her life is great now. The guy's back, unfortunately. Her mom is now involved and she's doing her little dress. And then at the recital, she does the like free dance thing and
Yeah.
but she's doing it to the song that her dad wrote for Molly,
Yeah.
like the rock star wrote for her kid. And it's just so cute.
Yeah, it really like everything I wanted from that movie
Yeah.
was given to me. The romantic subplot was horrendous.
Yeah.
Let's not mince words.
Yeah, no, it was awful.
It
I
was
hated it. I hated every second of it. It was so
like
stupid.
I love it when Bob the drag queen said like Ginger Minge came out in like a costume with it. She once called herself a glamour toad, so it looks kind of froggy and shit.
Okay.
And then Bob goes like, "I'm not gonna mince my words here. If this season doesn't win an Emmy, it's because of this costume." Like it didn't win it didn't get nominated for an Oscar because of
Yeah, exactly.
my thing with some of those movies with like Legally Blonde with
Yeah.
add a more serious camera shade to it
Mm-hmm.
and maybe like don't play it on Harte Va.
Yeah. And there you go.
Like
Yeah.
Oscar bait.
Yeah, exactly.
Genuinely, like if you made it colorful in a way of like Barbie and Babylon,
Mhm.
and not made it in a colorful way of like movies of that time,
Yeah.
it would have been
Yeah, it would have been like,
prestigious,
ooh,
you know, like
yeah, because it's such a like,
and like left out some of the comedy too.
yeah,
You know, it's
but it still worked. You know, it
no,
was
it
never,
works as a movie here, but
Mhm.
I'm saying like so like
Yeah,
the essence of a good movie is in it,
yeah,
and it is a good movie, but because it doesn't have that prestige, it's just like, oh, this movie sucks.
yeah,
This is Legally Blonde is a shitty movie.
yeah,
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Legally Blonde has that potential to be a prestigious movie. It doesn't want to, and I respect that very
yeah,
much. But Legally Blonde has that chance. Uptown Girls doesn't because of the romantic stuff.
yeah. It's awful. It's genuinely like ruined it all. But still,
Great movie. Really good movie. I just so good, and I hate myself for watching it.
Mhm.
And there's that interview where they're interviewing them, and Brittany Murphy like they ask her about like her coworkers, and she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to see Dakota grow up."
Yeah.
Oh,
Died. You told me you did.
oh, you know who told me? See, she's like, I wonder, like when you died, you like go to heaven, and you go like, "Hi, mom. Hi, Brittany Murphy." um,
Hi, mom. Hi, Brittany.
but yeah, it's a great movie. And then I was like, you had two choices. You had The Incredibles and Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Because I like you didn't watch enough of the best
Yeah.
Disney movies.
Yeah.
Like, you watched the classics.
Yeah, I know the
But
classics, but I you know, I
I've
check
never,
out unless there's a princess involved.
I've
Generally,
never watched Aladdin,
okay,
and that's like for Rihanna, that was a huge shock
yeah,
because she was like, "You're such a Robbie Williams fan."
yeah,
Like, how Robin Williams fan? Like, how did you
yeah,
not? And I was just like, I don't know, it never played as a
yeah,
kid. And then Islamophobia
yeah.
later on. Um,
Later on,
I'm allowed to be Islamophobic. I grew up in an Islamic country.
exactly. I'm allowed to be homophobic. I
That's
have a
the
gay
thing.
brother.
That's the thing. If you're anti-religion, you're anti-Christianity.
Yeah,
But like, you can be
I
anti-Islam.
can be anti whatever I want.
No, but I'm saying like I'm
Yeah,
anti all of them
yeah.
except Judaism. Talk about the afterlife.
No, they're
No,
like
focus on
everyone's
the
going to hell to have.
going to hell.
Hey, it's gonna be a party.
Oh,
Shalom. Wanagila. Or whatever.
Veni Sneha. No, because they're like Judaism is being like, let's focus on the here and now, while the other big religions are focused on, the being a good person so you can have an afterlife.
Yeah.
I'm
How about be a good person?
yeah. No, but my
To
thing
be
is,
a good person.
there's probably like a lot bad about Judaism as a religion, not as a political form, anti-Semites, but there's probably something wrong. But it's like the exposure that I've had to it is nice,
Yeah.
and even with like there's Christians and there's Muslim people where I'm like, I like you.
Yeah.
There's nothing you
Yeah, it's stupid. First of all, let's just get one thing very clear. It's always dumb to connect the government with the religion.
absolutely,
Because
that's
that's
the
where it
problem,
gets to an issue.
and that's the problem. The problem isn't the Christian. The problem is the church.
Exactly.
The problem isn't the Muslim.
You
The
know how they
problem is
say like
the
hate the
mosque.
sin, love the sinner? I'm like
Yeah,
hate
hate the church,
love the
loves the sinner.
yeah. I'm very like that with religion. Like I hate the thing, but you as an individual slay.
Yeah, but there's also the thing of like where you go overboard, where like when you um in Beach Yugoslavia couldn't
Yeah.
go to any form of
You could go. They had
religion.
mosques. They had like that, but it was such a like you will not talk about it on TV. You won't be like sharing it like you won't go into the fucking alley and be like the word of God, which I kind of slay.
Okay,
I'm okay with that.
sure. The thing is, it should be a bit controlled,
Yeah,
lesser than it is today, because now you cannot have a debate where the only reason that there's an against
it's because my
is
God
because
said so.
my God said so. Okay, well, mine doesn't.
Mine says
Your
that I should stop you right now.
My God says that me and you should kiss.
How about it? Huck her up.
So, but it's that thing where it's like
Yeah.
it, the it all depends on like how much power you give. I just remembered Barbie from Toy Story 3, where she'd be like, control should come from a passion of the governed and not. I gotta find it. It's so funny. There's two Barbie fascist quotes.
Yes, and I love both of them dearly.
Control the
Railways
or the flow of
commerce. Oh God, I should rewatch that movie. It's been long enough.
A while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Oh, my favorite Barbie quote from Toy Story 2 is when at the end of the movie, like this doll who's like a
Yeah.
collectioner's item
Uh-huh.
ends up in like a random girl's backpack.
Uh-huh.
The Barbie's looking at the other side of like she's not looking at him, and she's like, "Oh, you will love Molly," and then she turns around and she's just smeared and drawn on and with
Yeah.
that interpretation of weird Barbie,
Yeah.
not being like fuck
They're
people
weird.
playing with shit.
Yeah.
She's
He's
an
an
artist.
artist.
Authority should derive from consent of the governed, not from threat of force.
Absolutely.
And then Barbie.
Barbie. Who said it? She did.
She did.
She is everything.
Okay, so I gave you the information, and I told you Incredibles will be a sleeper hit for you.
Okay.
You don't think you'll love it? How much you'll love it?
Okay. I'm not going into it.
You're not going against it.
Yeah.
You're not going against it, but I think you'll be like, I'll be okay with it, and then you're gonna be like, this is
It's changed my life.
I got say the words, John. It's a thriller noir story.
Yeah. I should get one of those like sound boxes where it's like applause, yay, boo.
The 3 words thriller noir
Story.
And the 4 words let's watch Wicked again. We have a button that goes then a button goes that was a slave pit. Oh, a button for a little black girl.
Little black girl.
And then another button for female child.
We should do that. That's fun. Do it right now.
Anyways, Incredibles will be a sleeper hit for you because it's not emotional.
Yeah,
it's not emotional, but it's the best action movie. I mean, there is a moment where he thinks his whole family died.
Ooh.
So that's hard. But as a movie, like you're gonna be like, this is so well made.
Yeah.
Like, where is its Oscar?
Mm.
Does it have one? Oh, maybe. But you chose Lilo and Stitch because you were like, it's ripe time.
It's I can't be the one person on the planet who hasn't seen Lilo and Stitch.
It's weird because I thought it was as a kid. I was like, this is so unknown.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, I feel like if
kids were
my thing is I always go to if Hannah knows it, my Hannah from like
okay.
everyone like she has that like she loves Harry Potter like she's that
Yeah.
girl so I'm like if you know it then
But I feel like internet kids know it more.
Yeah.
The fucking Tadakamovich didn't watch Lilo and Stitch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's
Yeah.
what I'm going for. Remember a phase of childhood when you thought like, oh, nobody knows my friends.
hmm
Like everyone just
I
knows.
mean, to be fair though, I was really into Megan Mullally as a child, so it's like
but I'm saying like with basic things where I'm like,
yeah,
nobody has seen Beauty and the Beast.
yeah, this is my thing. I think I love
Oh
it.
my god, you love Beauty and the Beast. You're just so quirky like me.
Yeah, it's so fun.
But we ended up watching Lilo and Stitch, and I don't know why I told you that it's not going to emotionally benefit you.
It's like, oh, it's gonna because I do remember, like it was one of those like shorts.
Yeah, like
type thing.
Hana means family.
Yeah, I was like, Hannah means family, and family means no one gets left behind. And I was like, oh my god, it's so sad. Imagine when I watch the movie, it's gonna be so sad. And then I was like, okay, it's gonna be sad. And you were like, no. I mean, they have a few moments, but it's not like ooh. And
yeah,
I was like, okay,
in my head. I remembered the Aloha Oi scene,
yeah,
followed by him being like, "I'm lost,"
Mhm.
and I was like, "That's the two big ones,
yeah.
two big hitters." Little did I know
Little did
that
you
I'm
know.
watching the movie with you.
Yes. It's just like from the moment like she throws her little doll and then she runs back to get the doll and like be like, I'm sorry.
I really like. I remember that scene and I was like, Salma,
You're not ready.
I did a big lie. Because she. Okay. I told this when we started watching the movie. This was perfect wokeness from Disney.
Mhm.
And I mean, woke is a normal word for like politically accurate,
Yeah.
without being. Maybe it could have had actual like Hawaiian people do the voice acting, but I'm saying as a movie, Disney really sucks now with
Mhm.
wanting to be woke without taking any steps.
Yeah.
This is a movie about a girl,
And she is woman.
and she don't need no man. Men she needs zero. Men she gets by the end of this movie,
all of them.
No, it gets very and it seeps over into Marvel too. My
Yeah.
favorite scene in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's so funny.
Okay.
So there's Captain Marvel, right? Her only weakness is that she's so busy. She's Superman. Like there's
Yeah.
like Captain Marvel is genuinely her
On
only
it.
weakness
Yeah.
is I can't be everywhere at once. There's a scene where they're carrying the gauntlet to give it to Tony Stark or whatever. I forget. In the last big one, the Avengers Endgame, right? And they're running and they give it like she takes it from Peter Parker, right? And then all the girls, like all the Marvel girls, join her, and they're like, "We can do this." And I was in the theater like, "This is my fighting song. This is not a feminist." It was because you know what could have happened. Ooh, just Captain Marvel could have just flown up, went to the destination, and dropped it off. No, they had to have the women stand there and be like, when you make that thing.
Yeah, it's like who
it reminds me of the Sonic animated series.
Yeah.
Where Amy goes like, and Amy will finally prove that she can just be as good as any boy in football. And then Knuckles, who's an idiot, like throughout the whole show, he's just a dumbass.
Yeah.
He goes like, when you say things like that, it kind of shows that you're like,
do you think
going
they can
going against the status quo?
Yeah.
When actually you're not breaking the glass ceiling at all. It's like, what? Just because I'm a meathead doesn't mean I'm not a feminist. And it's like, yeah, that's on the nose, but it's so when they go like, we can do this.
Yeah, it's like,
and I'm
calm
like,
down.
Captain Marvel herself could do it. And
yeah.
Anyways, and then fucking Disney's Lilo and Stitch is about two girls who lost their parents. trying to where the older sister trying to take care of Lilo, and not even because because at one point Cobra Bubbles goes like, "You need her more than she needs you,"
Yeah.
and it's like, no, Nani wants to take care of Lilo because nobody gets her because she's such a weird kid.
Yeah.
She doesn't get it. She's probably autistic. She
Yeah.
like,
She's just kind of doing it, and she's having fun, and she's
but
just
no other parent or parental figure, because Nani gets mad at Lilo when she needs to.
yeah,
She's like, "You screwed this up for me.
yeah. You
You
have to
want to
like,
be taken away. Do you want to
yeah,
be?" But she never goes like, "Stop doing voodoo."
yeah,
Like she never goes like, "You shouldn't name the dog Stitch."
yeah. It's like, why
Well,
did you? Well, she did. Like, why did you pick that? But it was an instant, a second,
it's because
because
it's fucking Stitch.
yeah, it's an alien.
It's a blue dog.
It's blue and it's
Yeah,
and it talks.
but
So hey,
it's more of like a safety concern than it was like, why are you being so weird?
yeah,
Well, a lot of protectors of any kind, parents,
yeah,
adopted parents, whoever, would be like, the instinct would to be like, why are you so weird?
yeah. And she's not. 'Cause it's like,
And it's a lot of like, if she would follow the parental figures, she
yeah,
won't do that.
yeah. But
But
it's such a nice movie, and
it's
it's
beautiful.
him.
First of all, the
Yeah,
most beautiful animation of all time. The people look like people. Like nobody's
yeah,
extremely skinny. Everyone looks has
yeah.
normal body sizes, and
Except for Bubbles, he's enormous.
oh, he's
He's huge.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
And it's just I my mom hates vampires, aliens, anything supernatural, anything
She just
in
like
that ear. And she was like, "I'm not gonna go watch that fucking thing." And my parents are huge like Disney.
yeah.
My mom is the funniest person on the planet Earth because she cannot accept that people had different childhoods than me. And then I go like, "Oh, I'm gonna just watch Wally last year." She's like, "Last year?" And I'm like, "Some kids didn't grow up with Winnie the Pooh." She's like,
yeah.
"They not watch Winnie the Pooh."
I mean, come on, classics.
You're telling me your friends don't know about the Muppets? And then I remember telling her to Hannah about it, and she's like, "You have the most American parents ever."
Yeah, you really do. You grew up very American.
And that's what I mean with like, how does my mom not know
Yeah,
that our kids just grew up with, as we said before, Lalina,
yeah.
Patimat, you know,
Sabrina Luba.
who's that character?
Which
Like
one?
the
Oh,
thing.
Catalina. I saw this. It's literally like Zabrano was the first like TV show that had it all, and it's like LGBTQ incest because it did. That's the plot of it. And like did it like everything,
And then
everything.
just Catalina.
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 Just comment like, oh my god, Carolina being like a category of its own, hilarious, and then 4 million likes on that, and it's just the guy being like, she was always her own category, and then the creator responds to him being like, that's right. I love the fandom. I love to find because everyone I know my people. That's the thing. Like everyone was watching that show and being like, "Ooh, I hate her. She's awful. She's the worst." And I was watching it like, she also, by the way, had a lesbian lover at some point, but it was a she was using her to like
I
get
was just
something.
about to say, I hope she's not the tiniest bit lesbian.
Not at all.
I hope she's
Not
just
remotely.
fully like married her.
Yeah, to be
Like, hey, hey,
exactly
hey,
to get back to
I'll take her money.
fully. That's what happened.
I love
And
that.
there was
I love that
one
trope.
scene where they kiss. The busts I bust. I was glued to this day. I feel like I can like find the exact episode and like move it
To
to
this
that point.
day, you think you can find the wet spot on the floor.
Exactly. I was watching canceled podcast and this like page, whatever. She's on and she was like, I remember when I was like a kid, I would hump my pillow so much that there was a hole in the pillow, and I blamed the cat.
One of my friends used to hump her pillow to Lady Gaga, and then her brother would walk in and be like, "How you dance so funny?"
Childhood.
I used to like, because my friends would like party, and then one of my friends Ishak had this sister, and I think she
Mhm. She
can
got it. Yeah.
and she was like, let's see you dance to Lady Gaga without being like, let's make fun of you.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
she
Just
like
being like,
when all well, literally, it was so like my heart is getting warmed up. Like when all the other kids would leave
yeah,
because they're all like football and
yeah,
and then I'd stay because I'm close to him, and
yeah,
he's like, let's have our fun now.
yeah, yeah.
And that was always really nice. But I was just on the fucking stripper pole dancing. I was so like, and she knew that I like dancing. So whenever I came over, she would be like,
Yeah.
let's all sit down and dance. I mean, two of them would sit down and then one would dance. Ishak was the funniest because he didn't know how to dance. And he would just he went to Aikido. He just started doing Aikido moves.
Slay, slay.
That ally
Mhm.
in the time of need.
Yes.
Anyway, we were on stage. It's filled with charisma. Like the whole movie is just so filled with personality. There's one guy, and he's fat, and he has burn lines, except he wore an undershirt.
Yeah. So it's
So
just
like there's you see the lines,
red and white.
red and white, yeah. With like a bit of sunblock on his
Nose.
nose,
Yeah.
and he always is holding a chocolate mint ice cream. And every single scene, the ice cream
Strong.
falls out of the cone.
And I tell you one time I had a nightmare when I was a child. Nightmare. I woke up screaming from this that I got an ice cream and that my uncle, I was mad at him for a month. That happened.
To him.
Did not. That he walked in and took my ice cream and just ate it in front of me. I woke up being so, this is not fair. This is not fair.
I would never dream that because it was like
Mad.
when I was a kid, it was like John cannot be interfered with his food.
Mm-mm.
You are not
Like,
allowed.
No.
It's
It will bite your hand.
you would be safer stealing food from a coyote. You would be safer stealing a cub from a bear. There's no like you can't touch some of his food, and it went both ways because I used to not want to eat as a kid,
Yeah.
and then I'd run up the stairs and be like, and then throw myself on the bed like Glinda.
Yeah.
But no, Lula, our family just grew up watching Lula and Stitch. That ended up being one of my favorite movies, and it's just the people are so real.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I love that guy because there is that guy.
Yeah.
Just always eating and always falls off.
Good.
And I gotta say, Disney always does quirkiness correctly.
Yeah.
Because I walk into like modern Disney movies being like, oh, this is gonna be some quirky character.
Yeah.
They're always done.
Yeah, it's cute.
Right? But Lilo is the goddess of that.
Yeah.
Because she's instantly likable. She's instantly like, Lilo, why are you all wet? It's sandwich day. I have to give Pudge the fish sandwich. So every Tuesday I give Pudge the fish
Peanut butter
peanut
sandwich.
butter sandwich. And when I asked my sister to make a peanut butter sandwich, she said that we only have tuna. You know what
Tuna is? It's fish.
If I had tuna fish, I'd be an abomination.
Shit. So I had to run.
Lilo, why is that so important? Pudge controls the weather.
And that was the moment for me where I was like, shit, we're 1-1. Because I had a period where I thought I controlled the weather.
I had a period where I thought I had the Force from Star Wars.
Okay.
Different strokes.
Yeah, different strokes. Because I would do this thing. And no, not the weather. The wind.
Oh,
specifically.
You were Madame Morrible.
Yes. I would. Yes. No, I hate that bit. I would do this.
Don't worry about fucking Madame Morrible.
Nuh-uh. She's the scariest person to me in the world. Anyway, wrong episode.
Go back like 4 episodes.
I would do like something with my hand. I would get really focused, and then coincidentally, the wind would go like harder, and then I'd be like, and then. But it's just I feel like the branch you're looking at, one is gonna be blowing harder, one's gonna be. But I'm like,
my force power as well. So it's looking at just the wind.
Well,
because I'd be like, oh, I'm grabbing that, but it's
the wind.
Yeah.
But I was like, and I'd do it, and then one time I told Anaida, and I was like, and she's 3, like at that point, and I was like, I control the wind, and she was like, no, you don't, and I was like, look at this, and then it did, like it like got stronger, and she was like, oh, best thing in the world.
And I was always a water princess.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thing, and I keep talking about it. But There's one move that I made, and I'm patenting it.
Mhm.
And the move, I do not understand how other children,
Yeah.
how other girls and gays
Mhm.
who were three didn't use this move.
Yeah.
So, because I'm fucking Sailor Moon there, right? I'm
Yeah.
turning it, and then I would raise my hands and I'd hit the water. And when you hit the water, your hands are connect like there's a lot of air collected in your
Yeah.
hands. So as you're going down, a lot of tiny bubbles
Yeah.
are going away from your hands. So I like hit it as fast as possible because if you go slow,
Yeah.
it pops out. And I touch my legs, and all of the bubbles would go over
Up.
my
Mhm.
legs, and the bubbles would hide my legs,
Yeah.
and then my legs would be a mermaid tail,
Tail. And now I'm a mermaid.
and now I'm a mermaid. And then my parents were like, "He's gonna get so much pussy.
Marry a nice girl.
Oh
Oh,
my god, he's
yeah,
gonna bring a
wait.
sushi model.
Yeah.
Should we marry him? Should we invite Bella Hadid?"
Oh, I used to do this thing in the water where, like, if you
I used
like
to sing in the water well.
always to this day.
In my back. Did I go too much for you? Let's actually.
I don't know, but you do you.
Okay, do you do it in the pool?
Not the pools. I will do in any large body of water. I will do it.
Pools.
That's not large enough, maybe. I don't even care. To be fair, I gotta be honest. I don't even care about the other people there. It's just like I know I will eventually dive in, and that's where I'm like,
My thing is,
maybe.
I know that there's people like me.
I know.
I'm the guy who's boycotting. I'm the guy who's
Yeah.
If he's not boycotting,
Yeah.
if he's pissing in the pool,
Why should I not?
there's chlorine.
Why should we
anyways.
pretend?
The chlorine cleans it out.
Yeah.
Also, pee is sterile.
Yeah. Is it?
It is.
Oh, okay. Oh, it is because like you pee on like when you get stung by a jellyfish.
Yeah.
Pee on that. And then...
So,
I
what do
would
you
do a
think
thing
about? What do
of
you think now about peeing in pools?
talk about
Let's
it.
talk about. I need a talk show.
Mm.
John Cancel for peeing in pools. 3 minutes ago, I'm like, every religion sucks.
Oh, lower.
No, I just want to say if I ever make because sometimes I make comments about Islam and shit like that, and it's like, no, but it's not just Islam.
Yeah.
I hate Islamophobia because it's racism.
Yeah.
In America, it's like, oh,
Yeah. You're just.
these dirty primitive beings.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
It's
we're
like,
here as white as snow. We're all Muslim in
yeah,
this country. I hate the religion of Islam,
yeah,
not the people of who
yeah,
are Muslim.
yeah.
It's just. Who
Anyway,
cares? I don't give a shit. Just like, go ahead, cancel me. I don't care. Go ahead,
cancel me.
cancel.
One of the two people who listen to it. Maya, cancel us.
No, I used to do this thing in the water where I would just kind of go like this in front of my belly, and it would like create little waves, and it would just massage it, and I was
Oh,
like,
okay. Oh, no. You don't go up and down. You cup your fingers.
Uh-huh.
You do like a web with your
Web, yeah.
fingers, right? And you push it.
Push it real
You
good.
push it like you never touch your belly. You don't touch your belly.
Yeah, you don't touch your
My
belly.
grandma taught me this.
Uh-huh.
But you don't touch your belly. You just push water
Yeah.
against your belly, and that makes you skinnier. And you jump, but you jump
Yeah.
in different directions.
Aerobics.
You do just you just do lift your go with your feet.
Yeah.
You make them jump, and you go left and right.
Yeah.
And you have to be as straight as you can be.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't very straight.
No.
No, I was perfectly straight,
Mhm.
but that's why I wasn't. The straighter I was, the less straight I was. My grandma is a very she runs in the water and then enters it facing the back, jumping in.
Slay. I love theatrics with people when they get in water.
Absolutely.
I love a big okay, now I'm gonna wet every part of my body before I go in, and it's just like, and it's like do my back, and then you just splash them, and they're like, at this point,
my
just
grandma
dive.
wasn't that. My grandma runs the second she touches water. She turns around her back,
Boom.
jumps, arms in air, and you hear the.
Love.
So funny.
Love it.
It's so funny. Always wear one piece. That's why I didn't realize that they were unfashionable. She wore them.
Played that.
But yeah, we did a lot of water aerobics.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. Well, water.
Yeah.
Water. There's a lot of water there.
Yeah, it's Hawaii. Do you want to visit Hawaii?
Sure.
I feel like it's too expensive.
I feel like it's too commercialized at this point.
Yeah,
Right? It would be like, okay.
like the first season of The White Lotus.
Exactly. Like I just
Oh, there's a great conversation to be had when like Nani goes like, who even cares about this fake Luau stuff?
mhm.
Like it was a weird thing to think about how some countries, some nationalities, some histories have to be whitewashed
Yeah,
for the
to
white
be like
people coming
you
there.
see that thing in like they have in I think it's in Barcelona where it's graffiti everywhere going like tourists go home. We don't want you here because it like people come, the prices go up and then the native people
Yeah.
can't afford to live
Ah,
there
yeah,
anymore.
that's
And
in Croatia happening right now.
it's the most intense like genuinely like people would get violent towards you of being like get away from here. Like
Yeah,
it's not you're ruining it for the people who are born
yeah.
here. So it's like a, you know,
No, because tourism is a very like it's an asset and it's a desset. Like
yeah.
we all say like be much with food great with tourism, and it's like yeah,
No,
but
it's
like
just
we're
greedy
already
people would
complaining
get
about
money that
this.
nothing
Yeah.
wouldn't help you.
No, but there's the thing: the hot shot touristic attraction now in 5 years will be over expensive
Yeah.
because everyone's like, oh my god, visit Beach, wink wink, it's something like
Yeah.
that. And then in 5 years, if everyone starts going,
Yeah, it's gonna become a thing.
and the meatballs,
They
like,
wound up.
um,
No, because it is such a like you would think that it would help, but it doesn't
it doesn't. It
at
ends up,
all.
yeah, because the thing is, just do it in one season.
Yeah.
Just hark up the prices, like
Yeah.
show passport.
We kind of yeah, so but we kind of do that. We will milk it with the people who come here from like and with us we're like, but I guess it's more of a
There's a
community
like
thing.
I know people who on our receipts sometimes they'll say "eh"
Hmm.
or something, I don't know, and they go like, "Oh, that's euro."
Euro.
You're paying double.
Yeah. Euro.
That's euro. And then if it's somebody else, they're just like,
Yeah.
"My people."
Yeah.
Um, there's a thing in like paying in Croatia, and it's like it's 1990 euro, and he like gives 20 euro. So like, oh, do you have anything smaller? Paying in Bosnia, and it's like that's Maraka, and he's like, I have Kune and Yugoslavenian cents,
Yeah.
and he's like, sure,
Sure. Okay.
but yeah, and, it's weird to think like how much money you have to spend to live in places like that.
Yeah.
Probably not. There's probably like one island of Hawaii that isn't
Yeah.
touristy
No,
because it's unvisitable or something.
yeah.
You know, like
I feel like there's some that are like very like commercialized and it's like okay you go here, but I think natives know
yeah,
because like Tana Mojo's boyfriend is from Hawaii. Hawaii. I keep saying it Hawaii because I
Hawaii.
think it's so fun.
There's
And
also the thing of like when you go visit India,
yeah,
you go and it's
yeah, you go to New Delhi, you're not going to like
but you're staying in this expensive
yeah,
hotel and it's a 20-minute drive to see people dying
yeah,
on the street.
exactly. It's just it's
Like
commendable.
come experience the that's why Bihać is real.
Yeah, because we're like, hey, this is what you'll see.
Yeah,
You'll like what we have is what as
yeah.
good as it gets,
You
and
go.
like
Our people love rafting too.
yeah, like it's not a
If you
you
go
know
to rafting, you won't just see tourists. You'll see on another boat, it's
yeah
people saying like Beach John or
yeah.
being Beach John. Anyways, that's not the main point. Favorite character outside of is it? Do you like Lilo or Stitch more?
I like Lilo more.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you'd like Stitch more.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Stitch is like it's a character that was like, okay, I'm made to be bad, but I'm not really bad. I'm just a
Yeah.
rascal, and it's like, nah.
Ah,
But I don't know. Lilo is such a like, but aside from her sister.
Nani is good. I love Nani. I love Dave. If you make a movie like this, don't put in a lot of characters.
Yeah,
There's Nani, David, Lilo and Stitch. There's
the drag
Captain,
queen.
yeah, Captain Chumba and
Mhm.
Creekly, and then there's the two other bigger ones.
Yeah, but that like those are all of them are main characters, quote unquote. And
Yeah,
there's like, and the side characters are the guy eating ice cream. Like that's it.
yeah,
That's all he does.
and it's such a heartwarming movie because
Yeah.
at first he does hate her, but then it's a thing of like he doesn't have anything to destroy anymore, and Lilo's being compassionate to him. He's
Yeah.
destroying, and she just puts flowers over his
Yeah.
on his just because
Just
it's
to be
falls.
so like, let me teach you, and then they start doing it, and then he accidentally destroys something, and it's such a like,
But she
yeah,
never goes like, "Leave, you're horrendous." She's
yeah,
just like, "Oh, you
yeah,
take it too far."
yeah,
Like she never, neither of them blame Stitch
yeah. When he does something,
when they start taking pictures of him as Elvis.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
the Lilo said it first, like, give him space.
yeah.
You can't. I remember this girl of ours, like at our back previous high school. She fell unconscious,
Okay.
and everyone gathered around. Like, give her
Give
air.
her, yeah.
But that thing was fucking.
She is the worst with that
Oh,
because she'll,
she was so. It was like, who even like? I don't even think that. I'm not like, oh, I shouldn't think that because I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
even
yeah.
think it. She's just like, oh, what will the girl do for attention? And
I
I was
know. I mean, she does keep it real. Let's
like, she's that.
set that. Hey, hey. Because sometimes there are people who will, just be like, painting.
I like that girl who painted though. She's like a she's kind of like a queen bee like
Hmm.
type thing of like, oh, I'm rich and I'm
Yeah,
da, 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 da. Well, she went to drama school with me, and one time she just it was my birthday and she made crepes for everyone,
that's nice.
and I was like, that
Yeah, that's really cute.
it's because you don't have a you don't get anything from me.
Yeah,
You don't get any more like social, like
yeah.
maybe some social services. Oh, look at her with that guy.
Yeah,
It
she's
just
such a nice person for doing this.
yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
I'm because it's John's birthday, and I was so like, because we're not friends, we're not.
yeah.
She didn't do it for everyone, so I was like, whatever. I like her because I'm gonna because I'm gonna have a lot of people who like, I hate them, and I was like, I love them, and she's like, they're fake nice, and I'm like, I don't think so, or they are fake nice, but I love them, like
Yeah,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
there you go.
Um, what what big moments is it? I mean, they're the first big moment in Stitch. Actually, the first big moment at the start because they do
Yeah,
the Walt Disney sign, but it's beep beep beep. They don't
yeah,
do the like classic, and it's just the whole alien start is so perfect. I don't
yeah,
know why, and it's like, because they're like, let's see if there's any semblance of a non monstrosity with
yeah.
the
Can he be taught?
and then Stitch just goes like, and everyone like, oh, probably said a slur,
Yeah, it's just going.
Robot alien like vomits corks in the street.
Uh-huh.
It's so funny.
There's also there's like a fight scene happening, and it's just the guy who created him going like, "Don't bring my mother into this."
You just hear, yeah, yeah, why,
Don't
yeah, yeah. Oh, don't you bring my
bring my
mother
mother
into
into this.
this. It's what else is there in the opening scene? You instantly get Stitch's character
Yeah, I love him.
because you hear he escaped, and you just hear a horn, and they're like, he took the fastest one. Just
Yeah,
you instantly are like, this is an unbeatable force of
yeah,
nature that doesn't thrive on like he wouldn't be a terrorist because he doesn't care about the country.
exactly.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's just like I'm here to create chaos and
and
mayhem.
and that's a great Stitch introduction, and then the great Lilo introduction is for them. Touch controls the letter,
Yeah,
and if you didn't like her then, she comes up to her friends, quote
yeah,
unquote, and they all hide their Barbies from her. She's like, I have a doll too, and she takes that. And it's the thing of, I don't think they're poor. It's just she likes this
yeah,
doll.
yeah,
She made a doll it has a huge head, and she's like, she's a bit small, but she has an operation next. And they walk away, and Lilo throws the doll on the ground and walks away. Like, and my thing is, she fully walks away,
yeah.
and she comes back and picks it up and
Hugs
hugs it,
it, like being like sorry, like
like it's and there's
it's my
not
thing.
not a
Yeah,
thing of like, it's not you. She just hugs it.
yeah.
Like that's the
See,
apology, and she takes it back.
yeah.
Oh, and that's where we pause to cry,
It's just,
collect ourselves.
uh-huh. Get back to it a bit.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's a
Then she meets
beautiful
Cobra Bubbles, and the first thing she says, "Do you ever kill anyone?"
one.
And
Kiss
he
fair.
goes, we're getting off the subject.
Yeah.
Never says no.
Yeah.
Um, and you just instantly get that she's a little rascal who's troubled, who doesn't know
Yeah.
what she's doing. It's all very natural.
Yeah.
And then her and her sister have this fight, and like because she made her look bad in front of the social worker,
Mhm.
and they're like, and they fight and fight and fight. And then later she comes in, and Lilo. It's not. I hate when they make kids in movies like profound.
Yeah.
She now said, "I like you more than a sister than a mom. You like me more as a sister than a rabbit, right?" And it's like, yeah, that's what a child would say.
Yeah.
Like, that's the fight we had.
Yeah. And I'm like, right?
It's like when Tina said in an episode of Bob's Burger, like, "You'd probably go to my quinceanera if I was a burger," like something like that.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But then she goes, there's like a iconic scene of like, "Dear God, it's me again. I want a friend, somebody who won't run away from me. Maybe send me an angel, the nicest one you have," and then just hard cut to stage. Uh, what other moments did we cry to? Like, there's you were really on. Whenever anybody mentions anything about Stitch, you were like, "No,
No.
take that back."
Leave my man alone.
It was like it was Dora the Explorer, like
Yeah.
comments.
She's so cute.
Dude,
She's adorable.
especially when he like puts his ears down.
Yeah, and like he gets sad, like he understands when he does something wrong because he's instantly like, "Oh no, like I did, like with you,"
Yeah.
and it's just such a like, oh
And he later understands that they're having more problems because of him.
yeah,
Like because he was just like, "I'm gonna stick to these because they can't kill people.
yeah.
So like I'm gonna stick
So
with her,
just
so they
using her as a human shield at the
so they
beginning, just
don't
being like,
shoot me and stuff like that." And then at one point they almost drown, and then Cobra Bubble sees it, and he's like, there's a
like a
conversation.
social worker being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you're not taking care of the child, right?"
Yeah. And then David
David.
goes like, "I really thought they had it until you came along." And it's a thing of like he doesn't think it understands him,
Yeah.
and then he just leaves, being like,
Yeah.
"I
I know, I understand that like me being here is off.
yeah."
But then they get in and then okay, so the whole thing happens and
Lilo's supposed to be taken away
yeah.
the next day,
Yeah.
and Lilo and Nani sing Aloha Oi, which
Mhm.
is done by the last. I haven't read the full thing, but like the last queen of Hawaii, they say that it's like a story comparable to Star Wars, like that there's like coups and
Yeah.
uprising, and that technically to this day she's still the queen. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I heard that it's like an epic
yeah.
story, but it's just this thing of like because they will separate tomorrow, and she sings that song that the last queen of Hawaii and it's a Hawaiian funeral song, Aloha Oi.
Yeah.
And it just, I'm already crying then. And then he takes his little ugly duckling book and he just goes away and he goes, "I'm lost." And it's, "Why are you doing this to me, Mom?
Mom.
Mom, Mom, get out of the room. I have to stop."
I'm lost.
But, and then it gets very actually.
Yeah, it's
After
like
that, that's the last time you shed a tear.
yeah.
Um,
Well, no,
well,
because they come and they take them, but the new guy's like, I don't care if I kill a human, right? So he takes.
the first, uh, Chamba now is also like, "I'm fired, so
Might as well do whatever I want. Yeah.
I'll shoot Lilo if I have to." But this one like accidentally captures Lilo too, and he's like, "Ah, Kapulto the Pulpo."
Yeah, might as well. And it's them going back, being like, "Oh, you'll never get her back," like whatever. And it's Stitch he like managed to get out, and he's like, "You can get her back," and it's like, he just like,
And every single part of the movie is so like, because Nani goes like, "Talk, I know," because now she's like realizing that it's aliens. So she's like,
yeah,
"Talk,
talk.
I
I know
know."
you can.
He goes, "Okay,
Okay.
okay."
Yeah.
It's great.
Tolerance family. Family means no one gets you.
Pew! Okay,
Okay.
he's very persuasive.
Yes.
Um, But
And they get her back, and then they live happily ever after.
there's a scene where like there's like a spaceship and it has kind of like wings like a plane, and it turns around and the like blades of the plane are like straight up,
Hmm.
and it punches the ice cream out of the so good. But then they come back and the like main alien like
Yeah,
who's controlling everything, who's in the Galactic Federation, right?
yeah.
She's like, "You were taking in this." She's like, "I caught him," and she goes like, "We're taking experiment 626," and he's like, "Stitch,"
Stitch.
and she's like,
I'm
"What?"
Stitch.
And he's like, "My name is Stitch," and she's like, "Okay, Stitch," and she turns around being like, "What?" Like
What?
he's not being a little bitch,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Can Stitch say goodbye?"
And Stitch say
And she's
goodbye.
just looking at him, being so like,
Because first he was like, "Do I have to go on this plane, like on
"Yeah,
this
do you
spaceship?"
have to go?"
It's
Like,
like,
yeah,
"Yes." Can Stitch say goodbye? And then he goes and he's like,
this is my family.
"Family,
It's small
feel
and broken.
broken." Oh my god.
And it's and Cobra Bubble's coming there as a clutch moment,
Mhm.
being like, "Lilo, did you buy that thing?" Lilo's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Like she takes out he's like, "Aliens love rules."
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Don't
She
I
owns
remember
him.
you?" And he's like, special CIA forces, 78," and she goes, "Oh yes, you had hair then." And because you're also like, what will happen with them? Can like,
Mhm.
will they separate them? And she's like, because they're the caretakers of
Yeah.
Stitch, they're protected by the Galactic
Galactic
Federation.
figures. Yeah.
Which honestly, if I was Nani, I'd hear as, so you're connected to
Many?
financial.
Many? Like, I gotta feed it.
I really want
And
it.
there are these new shorts.
And yeah, and there's like really like you see the like fade in them.
Also, he kind of burned down my house, so.
Yeah, and also like there's this movie theater in the middle of the town. And then it ends with "Burning Love" by Elvis Presley.
Hmm.
I'm an Elvis guy. The only reason I'm an Elvis guy is Lilo and Stitch.
Obviously.
Genuinely, when Jacob Elrodi was he's cast for Elvis to go play in the movie Priscilla, and it's like
Yeah.
from her perspective, I'm like she was groomed by him or whatever. It's not or whatever, but I just didn't see the movie yet, and I don't know the story. But they were like, "So how did you study Elvis? Like, how did you?" And he's like, "The only thing I knew about Elvis was from Lilo and Stitch, man." And it's Lilo and Stitch and Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
That's all I know
That's
from
all
that.
you need to know.
But that, and I know enough. Um,
I know he got really fat towards the end, and I'm kind of happy because he was ugly. Ugly.
and at the end, they're just rebuilding everything, and that's the best part of the movie. He like they're going shopping, and he's in the like baby holder, and then there's a baby in the
Yeah.
shopping cart, and he's just like, like, do
Do
you
you
want a
want this?
lollipop? And the baby goes,
Yes.
yes.
And they
They
just.
exchange like she has a bottle, and he has like a lot,
And he's like,
and packing all of their lunches,
yeah.
taking her to school and everything. And then it's just all the pictures of them like going to fucking Disneyland and shit like that. And then the last is their family because the picture burnt a little bit during the
Yeah.
house attack.
So
And then
my
it's
mom
just
and dad and the two
yeah,
of them, and
which
it's just,
before they died, and there's just Stitch
yeah, like in
in
there,
there.
stitched in there.
It's Lilo means on Hawaiian. Apparently, if Tumblr is correct,
Yeah.
I will say it's a
Yeah,
Tumblr
yeah.
post. But Lilo means like pull apart, and then Stitch goes back together. Love this movie, and
Stop talking.
it's a shame because I have a really shitty tattoo of it. Like it's and the thing is, it's an okay tattoo, but this isn't Stitch.
Yeah.
This isn't him.
Okay.
And my mom was like, "You should have done a bigger tattoo. Like you
Yeah.
should have done an actual Stitch tattoo." Like she was like, "He doesn't have those devilish eyes that Stitch does."
Yeah.
So now what I'm gonna do? I know that it's been done. I know that I'm not the first person doing this. If there's one thing I hate, it's when I'm doing like a. I feel like such a fraud.
Mm.
You know when you have an idea for a tattoo that's been done, but you just like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
calf, and somebody goes, "Oh my god, that's so original," and it's like,
No, it's not.
it's not mine. It's not mine. But I want like Stitch drawing
Yeah.
that little Stitch being like,
Ah.
look at him,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, that's
I
cute.
need
Yeah.
him. I need his eyes.
Yeah.
I genuinely get what my mom is saying. Like I need his devilish
Mm-hmm.
eyes. Great movie.
Great movie.
Lovely. I think it's my favorite Disney movie.
Yeah.
Is it? It 100% is.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that I. Is it my favorite animated movie? No, I mean, no, that's like
Yeah.
but it's from kids movies. I'm thinking is it better? Ooh, How to Train Your Dragon
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
could be better than
Hmm.
Lilo and
Is that
Stitch.
Disney?
DreamWorks.
Okay, makes sense.
If it doesn't follow a structure.
Yeah.
Actually, Lilo and Stitch is a bit different
Yeah.
than
It's.
Disney, but if it doesn't have a main quirky character done well, but if it because I feel like Hiccup would be like, and I like knives. Usually, DreamWorks movies are like an outcast of like you're just weak.
Yeah.
You're nothing. We're all popular and you're.
Yeah.
But with Disney, it's more like you're unique.
Yeah. You're
Nobody's like
you have
you.
your own thing, and we all love it. It's super. That is so
No,
cool.
sometimes we're not unique. Sometimes we're just losers,
Yeah.
and then we decide
Put
not to.
that on a shirt.
And sometimes we decide not to kill a dragon. That's it.
So
But I think it's like how to Train a Dragon is the one kids animated. Sh- I love that I'm not counting the like 1,000 kids animated movie, nor Kiki's Delivery Service. But I'm saying like with Lego Batman and Kiki's Delivery Service, you kind of watch it as a kid, not getting it.
yeah.
Stitch has some themes that are like, but you get
Yeah.
it as a kid.
Yeah.
You don't go like it's not the Little Prince, but every time you read it, it's
It's
different.
everything.
It's genuinely a thing of like it always has the same message, but as you grow up, they mean more to you.
Yeah.
With Lego Batman and Kiki, it's more like, oh, my complete opinion of this movie changes, my complete
Yeah.
view of this movie changes. But it's Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon because so
I love
much. That scene with the music
it. When they go, oh my
when they
god.
go and when they fly,
When they go up.
it's very in Wicked when the monkeys fly in the
Yeah.
beginning. It's the exact same way I felt
Yeah.
watching that scene in the
Yeah.
theater for the first time.
Mhm.
Mother of the Week.
Mother of the week for me, I have a double
Oh, you have a double.
because it's the same. But okay, so remember I
The
told you
more
about
things change, the more they stay the
the
same.
I told you about the lady with the dog,
Oh,
and
the
it's her.
old lady.
She's like ancient, like, and she's short and she's skinny and she's hunched over. She's 110 if if a day. It's her, and she has a little tiny like little stick, and I think it's to be like because she can't control the dog,
Yeah.
so she has to like give it a little. But the funny thing is, the dog too is ancient. It's like his face is droopy. It's like bloodshot eyes, like
Yeah.
one of those. And he's walking, and he's pulling her so gently, and she's being so like,
Oh, she's being taken by
yeah,
a twister.
exactly. And she's trying so hard to pull him back, and it's so funny because I like a pinky, and I'll bring both of them back to me. Like it was such a cute thing for me to see because it's like they're together and they're friends and they're happy and they love each other. Like they take care of each other. But I also think that she's being like, you stupid old dog, damn it, and then she'd be like, oh, you're my best friend. It's one of those. I don't know. It's just not one thing. Then yesterday or the day before, I don't know. I'm walking and I see an old man on a bike, really old man on a bike, and he has a dog. And he's walking the dog as he's on the bike, and the dog is also
Oh, I know
old.
those. Like the
And
people do that.
yeah, and it's just the dog being so like, and the like old man is just kind of like going like barely driving it. It's such a cute. I don't know. I love it. I love seeing like old people with their animals because I'm like, you would give your life for it. I know it. I know it, and it would for you. So they're my mother with the reasons.
Mm. Mine's the song "Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time,"
Okay.
and not Brendan Urie because he's not that good.
Mm.
But I just I really like reconnecting with my teenage self. I don't know when I'm like me turning back to those times. Being like I there's music that I listened to as a teenager, being like I won't like this as I grow up,
Yeah.
and there's some that I expected and some that I didn't.
Mm.
I didn't expect nowadays not being a Marina stan.
Okay.
I really thought it's a thing that
Yeah,
would
it will stick.
like that. I'm gonna be fucking 60 being like.
Yeah.
I mean, to the if you play Free But Not a Girl,
Yeah. Pop in my
but I don't need to listen to the whole album.
Yeah.
With Avril Lavigne, I would more often listen to Avril Lavigne
Yeah.
than Marina Down.
Same.
And Avril Lavigne, I was listening to it being like, "This is
I will grow out of it.
I'm a teenager.
Yeah.
This is very." My Chemical Romance, I always had a non-teenage appreciation of them. I was like, the songs that I liked, I really liked, and
Yeah.
this is gonna like, it's not a phase, mom, but it wasn't a phase because it wasn't like just them,
Yeah.
and it wasn't. I just love their music, and when I feel those feelings, I do. But Panic at the Disco, I was really like, it's a short stint,
Yeah.
and they're not that emo.
Yeah.
They're theatrical,
Mhm.
so that's the thing.
Yeah.
When they did like emo anthems,
Okay.
and it's so good, and especially the last good album, the Death of a Bachelor. It's because there's some songs that the next album after Death of a Bachelor was the one where they did Hey Look Ma, I Made It,
Yeah.
and that is it's the album with high hopes.
Oh. God, hi, hi.
High hopes for the living, shooting for the sky like you not a killing. It's the worst. It's imagine not listening to that and being like, this used to be the emo band
Yeah.
after My Chemical Romance.
I know.
But now it's I don't know why. It's because it's so like this, like a huge, like it goes a
Goes
pilot
up,
hit lift,
up.
and then it just fell down completely. But
Yeah.
I like finding music that's not making me listen to Wicked. But the thing is, now I ride my bike because it's bike riding season. And I was gonna name Mother of the Week my bike, but it's not full bike
Yeah,
riding
yeah.
season yet. So
Save
wait
that for next week.
a few weeks, yeah. But I love doing Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time, Emperor's New Clothes, and Defying Gravity.
Oh, so my bike got stolen.
Oh yeah, your bike got stolen. Mr.
Yeah.
Fish will remember you.
I'll
Will remember
remember
you
you.
dearly.
Oh, I'll get a new one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we cannot wait for Monday
Cannot wait for Monday.
for the biggest mother of them all. The paycheck. Ooh, I can't wait to see how much it'll be because I won something, and it's like I won 500 in what's the not good one? There's brutto and netto.
Brut.
I got the one that's not gonna be bad.
Yeah.
But then I also got like
But how much of that do you get? Like,
a probably like 300.
yeah.
It's still
Yeah, it's still good. Yeah.
still fairly good. And plus with my usual bonuses, because I'll probably get like a good. So I'm like, if one time I got to 2,000 without
Yeah.
any form of
Witchery.
yeah. And I'm like, if it gets to 2,000, I'm definitely getting myself a PS5. If not, I'm thinking of getting it in March either way because my mom has like an expensive thing going on, and I want to be like, hey, do you want me to help out?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of either this week or next week, not this month or next
Next
month,
month. Yeah.
to get um to
It's the
get the
third.
PS5, and it's not probably March because I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
PS5 game. Anyways, tomorrow's our day.
Yeah, we're gonna do a game night.
No, tomorrow's our day.
Oh.
February the second. February the second is Gay Day.
Because it's just it means like
one guy's doing another.
guy. Yeah, fully like because grammar, whatever.
It's funny in ours. You know what else it is? Shakira's birthday.
Apt.
Yeah, and I have a friend from school, and I would always be like, I would be like, "Happy birthday, Shakira!"
Happy birthday, happy Shakira Day.
And it's funny because he used to be my bully. And I'm like,
The homophobic motherfucker, like, hi Shakira, do your hips lie, girl?
He used to like see me like if I'm in the hallway, he would run to the opposite side of the hallway, like being like, "Ew, John," and I'm like, "Happy Shakira Day!" I'm starting to feel right.
By the way, we gotta get Amra on the mic once just so she does her Shakira impression.
So she goes,
I slightly fallen in love with her when she did it the first time. It was a split second, but I was like, oh my god, marry me.
She has very good impressions. Like
Yeah.
me and Amina are talented, and the impressions that she does good, I don't do good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's going to hot dog real bad. Taking back the crown. What other impressions can I do well? I don't know. I just get into like a random character
Yeah.
and I do it. Like if somebody goes like, "Do it," I'm like, I
No.
have no idea.
You did Adele in the car for a while. Like, that was really good. Once.
Which Adele? Like this?
We were talking about, like, it was Adele talking about something. And it was like a joke, but
Oh
I
yeah,
can't remember what it was. But
I
like,
forget.
"Oh, babe."
Now I'm just thinking when people go like, "Do this,"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can only do like their lines.
Yeah.
Can I take my bloody shoes off? Wicked! I said the bloody name of the movie. Babes, I did her in one time on college. We did like a celebrity interview, and I always like to go last because I don't want like people stealing my ideas. Because nobody thinks I'm doing an accent, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone's being like they're interviewing, but you don't say the name.
Yeah.
And then it came to me, and my interviewer was like, "So what kind of inspires you?" And I was like, "Oh, a lot of things inspire me. I recently went through a divorce, oh, baby, a divorce, and my kid inspires the ever living crap out of me. I love him. What's your kid's name? Oh, it's my little love." I was like, it's my little love. It's my little love. I don't really like to be personal on here. I mean, you know that I can say something. I can say something. I can say. But I will never be Kathy Griffin doing Celine.
Nobody will. Celine is not going to be Kathy Griffin. Celine.
What's the one? What's the one? I love you. You're crazy. And you say the crazy things, and then oh my god! And a lot of people like we're very similar because everyone says like we're on coke, but like if you came and like pointed a gun at me and said find me some coke, you'd have to like pull the trigger. I don't do the cocaine.
I don't do the cocaine, no.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, and my husband's like, oh, come on, you just let it go. And I'm like, I just and it's like we're not necessarily doing cocaine.
You just look like.
Me too. They come to my house, point the gun, say where's the cocaine. I look in the lampshade, I look in the pillowcase, boom, I'm dead. Funny as. I personally love when people do impressions of like people that we don't know.
Okay.
My Aunt Kathy,
Mm-hmm.
she'd be like, "Oh my God, George,
George, where'd you put your socks?
George, where'd you put your socks? You gotta
in the machine.
You gotta get the socks in the machine at the abortion."
Anyway, bye.
We were really 2 hours and 15. Okay. Okay. Well, we did 2 movies.
Yeah,
and we barely
fair
talked
enough.
about Lilo and Stitch. We talked about many different things.
Yeah.
Well said. But
It's fun. We have fun.
it's the essence of the movies there.
Exactly.
Bye.